Okay, now we officially are.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I need to
Shit.
move some door. That's way too high.
Okay. Remember, I was talking. That's where I was going with it. And I totally fucking forgot. I can still talk to you because we understand.
Yeah.
You know, the references, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, I was telling you about a name, right?
Yeah.
And like seeing the whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already know what to look for.
Okay. If it pops up,
I'll tell you.
We're gonna take word it.
Wait, what?
We're gonna take word it.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be the same one from the whatever.
Actually, I don't remember.
Remember?
I don't remember what it was.
The voice.
Oh, fucking the from that scene.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah. Web Weavers, fucking deal.
Yeah, Web Weavers.
Yeah. Okay. No, actually, that's really good. That's really good. Only because, like I said, and again, I remember that episode. The whole time I was like, "What was the fucking safe word?" And when they finally said it, I was like, "Damn it! I wanted to remember it because of that. Only because it was so clever." I was like, "Ah, that's good writing. Like that was clever writing."
See, and the reason I said that was too because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
I don't think everybody would ever.
Nah, dude, come on.
The people that we don't want to know.
No, but dude, you have to really fucking know us in depth. You know what I'm saying? Like even then.
And then I thought too, it's gonna, you know, it who knows when it's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
If anything, I'll incorporate it in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like I'll say something. You know what I mean? I'll bring up something, and you'll be like, and then like that'll be the signal. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like we'll just improv it. Shit. We'll improv it in.
Yeah. We'll blend it.
Yeah. There
so
you go.
It's not obvious.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let me know. And but yeah, fucking day before yesterday, I had to get out of the house. I was able to walk.
Oh, wait, we gotta do the intro first.
Oh, hold on. Yeah,
no. I was just making sure, like I was making sure everything was good on our ends. We're good. Yeah, it's already past 7, so we can go and start. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Got my beer. Got my bud. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're listening. This is Don't Be So Sensitive with Joey Max Power. I'm Max Power. Here's my co-hosts.
Joey, motherfucker.
As you guys, we're going to dive right into this. Before we get right into the actual nitty-gritty of it, really quickly, this episode is not brought to you by Natural Light Beer. However, it could be. Natural Light, the safer choice. Also, feel free to check out our other podcasts, Don't Fear the Queer and Banana Stickers. Don't Fear the Queer is done with my good friend Liz. We basically focus on the gay community and talk about gay news. Banana Stickers is a podcast that I created as a spinoff, and where you, the audience member, get on the mic, talk to me basically about whatever the hell you want. It's basically free therapy. You can talk about whatever you want to. The only disclaimer is if you're going to talk shit about anybody negatively, you got to give them like some type of an alias. We give all kinds of really fun nicknames all the fucking time. Last episode, we actually titled Her Name is Bitch Tuck, in reference to this crazy bitch that I'm going to talk about in this episode also. So if you're not familiar with some of the things we talk about, feel free to check out other old episodes. All of them can be found on Spotify. Some of them can be found on YouTube, and some of the videos can also be found on Spotify. But if you want to listen to any of them and all of them, Spotify and or any other platform, Apple, Google Podcasts, anywhere you can find podcasts, just title. Try to look up. Say again?
I think it's all the podcast platforms.
Yeah, it's on all the podcast platforms, and you can actually Alexa that shit. Matter of fact, just to prove it, Alexa, volume 5. Alexa, podcast. Don't be so sensitive.
Playing Don't Be So Sensitive from Amazon Music. Resuming Season 1, Episode 136, We the People.
Alexa, stop. Thank you. Alexa.
Yeah, so you
can
just Google it.
Yeah, you can Google it. You can ask Alexa that shit. You know, no matter what your excuse is, you can't say I can't find it. If you can't find it, then guess what? You're a moron because a 5-year-old could. So I'm just saying, no excuses. Now,
just say Don't Be So Sensitive podcast.
Yeah. Now to anybody,
there's a lot of mental health or whatever counseling things that come up or whatever, but podcast.
Last thing.
It's funny when I'm scrolling that I go to like listen to our shit, it's like all these fucking videos, like Doctor Something or
Mhm.
whatever mental, like all whatever shit.
Yep.
And then it's a picture with the fucking lion and the gorilla. It's so fucking. It's like out of place.
Fucking funny. Real quick. Oh, that's last thing I want to say really quickly. And then we'll. Is it good?
Truckers.
Oh yes. Oh, thank you. No, thank you for reminding me. Yes. Okay, two more things I want to say before we really get into the good material. The main material. I'm sorry, good material. Bad choice of term. Also, really quickly, a special honorable mention to and thank you to all of our truck drivers out there, because recently, last year, we found out through a mutual friend of ours. He's a truck driver himself, Philip Atres. He's a truck driver, and he listens to our show while he's on the road a lot. And we found out through him that a lot of people that he knows that are truck drivers also listen to our show a lot, because guess what? They're on the road, they need something entertaining to listen to, and they tune into our show. That is awesome.
And
And
truck driver, that's all he listens to is podcast.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I was honored to hear that, because we know of all things to listen to when you're driving around, something to keep you awake, so that you can be like, yeah, I fucking hate that shit too. So it's something you'd fall asleep to. Truckers listen to our shit, and they relate to it. They keep them awake. That is awesome, and we are honored by that. So one more time, thank you to all of our truckers out there. Please stay safe on the roads. As Joey said before, you guys are the backbones of our community. We could not get our goods and services without you guys, seriously. So thank you so much. Please be safe. Now, all that aside, let's keep tradition. Joey, how the fuck are you doing? Well, little bowl, crack open a beer, folks.
What update for whatever shit on my health? What is it?
Oh, you're kind of saying a little staticky.
My bad. I can walk now without having to use like a cane and stuff. It's just uncomfortable. I'm still stiff.
Sorry to stop you. You still sound a little staticky.
Hold on, let me get it.
Like I can hear you, but like I know someone's gonna bitch.
Much better. I wasn't able to walk and stuff like that. Like I said on the previous episode, and I have been in the bed. I've been stuck in the bed since about Super Bowl weekend.
I say you've been there like a month now.
Yeah, I think it was the 9th. The 9th was the day that I started hurting. Yeah. And I did, and about a week into it, I started getting better, and I was like, fuck yeah, I went out, I hung out the whole day, this and that, and I came home, and I was fucking miserable. Yeah. Like, I just fucking made I felt like I made everything a little worse, and, the fucking, I don't know if I said I went to the hospital and stuff, and they said that it was only supposed to last 3 or 4 days, and I had mentioned to my aunt, she has kind of the thing, she has like a sciatic thing too, and she was like, it's like 10 days till you're like back to normal and shit. And I was like, damn. Well, I hit the 4 days and nothing. I hit the 10 days and nothing. And so it's already the 1st, and I've been fucked up since the 9th. So like, it kind of sucked, but I'm able to walk and stuff, and I'm getting better gradually, but one thing starts getting better, another thing fucks up. So my wrist is fucking swollen and shit, because I think I hurt it, putting weight, because I have to, I can't really walk, so my hands are taking all the work and shit. Yeah. And so my wrist is fucked up, but no, I'm better. I'm walking around. Like yesterday, I went out. I had a couple of beers and stuff, because I'm not taking the pain pills no more. That's good. I'm better. Like I'm getting back to my shit. I mean, I'm not good enough to go out and start fucking back at my old shit and working and stuff. But I've been fucked up this long. I mean, one thing I've learned is patience. You can't do shit. So you just got to sit there and fucking wait. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it. So, and and it sucks too, because I'm one of those that like, if I don't just sit there and wait. You know what I mean? If I can do it, if I feel I can do it myself, I'll do it my fucking self. Like I did it when I broke my foot, when I broke my hands. Like, there were times I needed help and nobody showed up, and I took care of myself, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to that. And this is the first time that I've ever been hurt that I can't. I mean, normally I fight through it and I get it done.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that I'm like this messed up, you know. And they were telling me too, they were like, man, for you to actually go to the hospital and be like, I need help. And they're like, you must really be hurting because I've seen you do shit. And it's like, you know, like I have a high threshold for pain, you know what I mean? And I whatever stuff. And I couldn't do nothing, dude. Like I was pretty much a baby crying and shit, dude. Like it literally made me cry, dude. Like it was just the pain, constant pain, and fucking not being able to move. And yeah, but I'm walking, I'm back.
No, I mean, I feel you, man. I mean, I'm the same way. Like it's rare. It's rare when I get sick, period. And the last few times that I remember actually getting sick where I was that bad to where I couldn't get out of bed, like it was fucking terrible. You know, one, because like, I mean, I was either I was pain, like I was in so much pain that I couldn't move around, or I was so weak I couldn't like get up and move around, period. And like, even like the slightest motions of just getting up to take a piss was like unbearable. You know, and then more so than that, like, you know, like, and again, and like, you know, like your situation is different. Obviously, yours is like more like nerve damage, my understanding. Like for me, it's just a thing of like, this will pass. I just need to just rest, and I'll be fine. You know, the one time that I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared, but I was like genuinely like, okay, like I hope that just resting will, if this will pass, was when I got food poisoning a while back. I was living in San Antonio, and food poisoning is no joke. Like this is a cute story, but it's not. It's a fun story, but not a funny story because of what happened. Because like I thought I was gonna die, and the main reason, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but like I said, food poisoning is no joke, dude. I actually had lost a friend because he got a rare blood disease. Yeah. No, it was blood parasite, because of some shit that he ate. You said a real muffled there. I heard you be sounding like really low there. Say it again.
Oh yeah, no, but you gotta be careful because I mean, once the infection or whatever gets in the blood, like
yeah, like and like
it's fatal.
Like to this day, which is why I can't say the person's name. I genuinely believe that there was some foul play. I really think that his wife killed him. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't think anybody that listens to our show has known me long enough to know who I'm talking about. Except there's one person. There is one person. I don't know how often he checks out the show, but I know he's checked it out, and he might. If he goes back far enough, and I'm just throwing it out there just in case, he might happen to know who I'm talking about. There's one mutual friend. I'm not gonna say his name either. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But there's one person that I know that I was friends with back in that time period, and he knew who I'm talking about. He knew the person also. And if he watches this episode, he might know who I'm talking about in this instance. If he breaks it down and think, oh, wait a minute, I remember that, and I remember his very sudden passing. Like, interesting. If he hasn't already thought of it, I'm sure he's probably thinking of it now or whenever he sees this. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, what I've gotten food poisoning 3 times, but that specific instance is because it was bad pork, and right off the bat, like bad meat in general is pretty like scary, but bad pork is like the number one. Like you don't want to eat tainted pork or just old pork. Like if it's just been there for too long or not properly like packaged, or in a good like airtight spot. Like if it's been there for a few days, not in good conditioning, not in proper packaging, then like you run a really high risk. And yeah, it fucked me up. Like the entire day, I couldn't get out of bed, couldn't keep anything down, like water, Gatorade, crackers, like nothing. Anything I tried, I put in my mouth, came right back up, like seconds, if not best minutes later. Like everything, not even water, everything came up. It was like, fuck, dude. I thought I was dying, man. It hurts so bad. Yeah. Ugh. So yeah, I just laid in bed. Luckily, I was off that day. I literally just laid in bed like all fucking day. Like I didn't get out of bed. I couldn't do shit. Horrible. But anyways, back to your recovery story. So you're walking again. You're not using the cane. You're not using medication, which is good. you're doing a little better now. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I carry the cane with me for in case
Just in case.
whatever. Because like today, I went to Walmart to get a couple of beers for the cast, and as I got up to walk out the door, my what is it? My fuck, I don't know what it's called. From my hip to my knee, that part of my leg, like the muscle and everything, it was fucking shaking.
Oh, okay.
And like my hip was like buckling, like it wanted to give out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit! Like I think I overdid it yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
But the good thing is I'm not in pain. It's just my leg is shaking.
Yeah.
What is it? Involuntary spasms.
Is it restless leg syndrome? Restless leg syndrome.
The movie Dodgeball, where he's like involuntary leg spasms.
Well, I don't even know. I don't remember. No, I swear to God, there's so many like made up illnesses that people make up now just because they don't want to fucking just say they have anxiety. And it's like just say you have anxiety, bitch, or OCD. Like it's not that big a deal. As long as you not hurt yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, dude.
Well,
Like,
that was the thing that with me, dude, is my ADD and my shit like that. My anxiety is it stays still.
mm-hmm.
I can only stay still for so long, and I can only do so many activities. Like watching movies. Like, yeah, I could sit about. I could pull a day. I could sit in front of the TV and fucking bench for a day. But once I start the second day, third day, it's like, fuck no, dude. Like, the watching TV, the movie or anything starts giving me anxiety. Like just listening to them talk, like background noise or just whatever, it just gives me fucking anxiety.
See, okay, it's interesting you bring that up because I was thinking about that the other day because like this week for me has been really weird, and just to the audience, like we are going to talk about some real shit in just a moment. This is how we like break the ice a little bit. We're going to talk about some personal shit, soften things up a little bit. Trust me, there's a lot of real shit that I really, really want to touch base with. And I want to get Joey's opinions on. So don't think that this is all we're talking about. This is many new listeners, by the way. But yeah, so just give us a moment. Let us again, because a lot of the shit that we're talking about, I'm sure you can relate to a lot of shit too. But like
we're a roller coaster. We go up and down.
Yeah, we go up and down. But yeah, like because what you're saying right there, it's kind of funny to bring that up because like this past couple of weeks, I actually got a good system going with like all of my phones set up, like playing those stupid games, to like earn extra cash. To where like certain phones have certain apps, certain games, like specifically, right? And I already know, and I'm keeping track of like all of them, like their status. I'm like, okay, I should at this point I'll be able to cash out this much. This point I'll be able to cash out this much, blah blah, right? And I realized that I'm spreading all of my focus out and like all over the place, all at once. And I was wondering just the other day. I was like, I wonder if I'm overstimulating myself or if this is okay, like because like at one point. Last week, at one point, hold on, Joey dropped off. Give him a second. I'm waiting for him to call back, and then I'm gonna call him back if not. Forgive us, folks. This does happen every so often. It happened a lot worse in the beginning. Right now, I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna give Joey a second to call me back. His phone might have turned off on its own. And it's an old phone, so it might need a second turn back on. Now, for anybody watching this, though, on YouTube, this is only going to be on the YouTube because when I post it up on Spotify later on, I'm going to edit out this part and any other times there's dead air. So if you watch this YouTube later on, you're welcome. This is just the little outtakes that you'll see every once in a while. Because if you watch this on Spotify, if you listen to this on Spotify, I'm going to edit all this crap out. So yeah, so just give Joey a moment. Let's put some music while we're waiting, right? Okay, hold on. Alexa, Tiffany, I think we're alone now.
Here's I Think We're Alone Now and similar songs on Amazon Music.
I mean, I think we're alone now, right? So, fuck it. Alexa, stop. Sorry, actually, I realized I'm not sure if I can play that whole song before YouTube takes it off, so I had to stop it right there, just in case. So if YouTube does not take that down, I'm glad. But I realized, wait, shit, I don't own the rights for that, so I'm not sure if I can play that. So yeah, I'm hoping that wasn't enough to where this is gonna take it down. I'm gonna go ahead and try Joey real quick and call him back, see what happens. Again, this will be edited out later. I apologize to anybody. Feel free to skip ahead a few seconds if you want to. Jesus Christ, Joey, what the fuck happened?
The person you are calling is currently on.
Oh, God. I apologize. Like I said, this is very unprofessional. But hopefully he will call me back. So I just have to fucking wait. This is fucking annoying. This happens all the fucking time. You would think, right? But I don't feel like editing more than once. That's why I leave this shit on YouTube. Well, anyways, okay. While we're waiting, just to give it a quick update, we're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about the war going on with Trump declaring Iran. We're gonna talk about the Jim Carrey possible doubles that have been popping up on social media all over the place. Some people think it's crazy. Some people think it's legit. We're gonna talk about that in more depth. Talking about dating in your 40s and how maybe you should just give up because, frankly, it's just not worth the time and effort anymore. You had your shot, folks. Just let it go. I don't know. We're gonna bounce around a little bit. Like I said, I'm just waiting for Joey to get back. I'm trying to fill some of this empty air here. Come on, Joey, answer the phone. This is so frustrating.
The person you are.
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah. All right. Just gotta wait. All right. Well. Okay. While we're waiting, let me tell you how we started the show. Joey started the show 7 years ago. I was working at this hotel. It's called the Best Western Travelers Lodge. Travelers something. I don't remember. It's off of Commerce, but it was Commerce in San Antonio, and best bar gig I ever had. Joey is a good friend of mine. He would come in after work and we sit and bullshit and we just banter. And at one point we're talking about the whole like cancel culture, PC culture thing, and how everybody's just like losing their jobs, can't see this, can't see that. It's like, dude, they're just fucking jokes. People, lighten up. Don't be so sensitive. And I thought, oh man, you know what? We should start our own fucking podcast and call it that. Don't be so sensitive. Bear in mind, this is back in 2019. COVID had not hit yet, so the quarantine hadn't hit yet. So when we started the podcast, it was a great idea until COVID hit, and then everyone, their mother, all these celebrities, all these freaking rich, people decided to start their own podcast. I'm about to say rich white folks. Let's be honest, everybody fucking started with that money, and then they had their own shit. Oh, hold on, here's Joey. Son of a bitch, she dropped off. Okay. Anyways, these people had money. They had money to set up their own shit. Because their parents obviously didn't give a shit about them. You know what? Just do whatever the fuck you want. Just leave me the fuck alone. Hold on, here's Joey. Hello.
Hey,
Dude, okay, I had to fill in some empty air there, man. I had to say, okay, well, while we're waiting, this is what we're going to talk about in this episode. And then I waited some more, called you a couple of times. All right, well, let me tell you how we started the podcast. And I was literally telling the story just to fill in the empty air. So I was like, God damn it. Okay, all right, let's talk about something. Are you good? What happened?
all right. Yeah, no, my phone. I was looking at the phone, and it kind of, like I told you, my phone is slow.
Yeah.
Because I'm using a fucking old ass phone, and what is it? Fucking it wasn't doing anything. It was taking on. So I'm like, all right. So I'm waiting, and my fucking phone just started by itself.
Shit. I thought that too. I think I said that during the MTS. Okay, plus he's using old phones. It might have just shut off, and it takes a while to turn back on. Oh, but this is the funny part. At one point, I said, "All right, well, I guess we're waiting," and I was like, "Alexa, play Tiffany. I think we're alone now." Because I think we're alone now. And then I think like 5 seconds in, I was like, "Oh shit, wait, Alexa, stop! Shit, I forgot. I don't have the rights to that. I don't want YouTube to take this video down because I played that." It's like, wait. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, so I made up for the empty air. I already said that if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll get to see this part. I'm gonna edit this out when I post it up on Spotify and everything else. Though, so again, if you're watching YouTube, you're welcome. This is the only only YouTube viewers are gonna get to watch this shit. I'm gonna edit out from the moment Jody cut off Jody. Well, the moment Joey cut off to when I got him back on the phone. So just so you know, only the YouTube viewers get to see this shit. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. So, anyways, okay, so all right, well, so because of the interruption, let's talk about some real shit because I already introed some of the things that we're gonna talk about. And I feel like I feel like we're obligated now because we don't talk about it. People are like, wait a minute, you didn't talk about this. So just so we don't forget, let's just go and dive into this. Joey, and then we are gonna circle back though. We're gonna circle back about one specific thing, but I do want to talk about some real shit just really quickly because this is like been on my head since the beginning that I heard about it. Joey, are you aware? And if you are, what are your thoughts, your knowledge, and more specifically your opinions on the war situation that we are in right now? We being the United States of America.
We're at war.
Exactly.
Aren't we always in a conflict?
A conflict, yes.
We're not in wars. We're not necessarily like in wars, but aren't we always involved in some sort of conflict?
See, I think this is a little more different, though. I think we're actually officially at war. That's what everybody's saying.
At war, like
I don't know. That's what everybody's.
War on us, or who do we declare war on?
Like supposedly Trump declared war on Iran. That's what everybody's saying.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's the crazy thing about it, though, is that like, who is Iran attacking? Do you know?
I don't even know who is attacking. Because are we actually fighting Iran in like their government in their country, or we're fighting a fucking one of those things like Al Qaeda, fucking ISIS, or what are they called? Like a guerrilla army kind of whatever thing, a militia kind of whatever. Are we fighting those people, or are we actually fighting the country? You know.
My understanding so far.
We're at war in Iran. That doesn't mean we're fighting Iran or we're at war with Iran. But I didn't even know.
My understanding.
I've been in bed. I've just been on Netflix and whatever. I tried the news the other day, but the way the news works on these smart TVs now, it's just it replays.
Okay, I'm gonna Google. Okay, I'm gonna Google United States war against Iran. Let's see what comes up.
And they're like 19 something apps.
Okay, check it out. Okay, look, this is what came up. First thing that came up on February 28th, yesterday. The United States and Israel launched major joint military strikes against Iran, targeting ballistic missiles programs.
So off of the fucking Palestine-Israel shit.
Huh?
Right?
Say again?
Is this is going off of the Palestine and the Israel shit?
Yep.
Oh shit!
Now,
yeah, well, I mean, because Iran was gonna back somebody. Because I think Iran was the one that was already threatening motherfuckers.
Yep.
Already, Iran was the one like, hey, you know what? If you guys don't do this shit, then what? You're going to war with us, fool. Like Iran, I think was the first one to like, you know what? We're gonna do this.
You know what's crazy is like I wish I could remember. It might be. I might have saved it in my. I think it was on TikTok. I ran across this video. This guy went in this crazy explanation about how the Jews are behind a lot of this like corrupted shit that's happening. And now, for the record, like I don't know how much truth there is behind this, but the way he like argued it, it was like so like concrete. It was like, wow, I mean, there could be something to this. And in conversations you and I have had offhand on the air, you brought up about how like Jerusalem, they were the ones that bailed Donald Trump out way back when ago, when he needed help. And in a lot of cases, like you think about it, like it kind of makes you wonder, like is the United States owned by Jerusalem? Because there's a lot of like hints and signals that's kind of leading that way. And because of all the stupid bullshit going on in the country right now, nobody really seems to be bothered by it because they're just too busy worried about their own personal shit, which of course is the ultimate goal of our nation's leaders.
We're so worried about surviving that we're oblivious to what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly. Like, check us out. This is interesting. Okay, like this is a good segue. Like I said, we go back and forth because this actually happened. Okay, remember last week I told you about this chick that I met. Her name was Bitch Duck. Now
Yeah.
this is interesting. Okay, the whole week went by and I did not talk to this person. I did not remove her from Facebook. I didn't block her. I said, you know what? I'm not petty like that. You know, we shared some similar thoughts. There's no reason why I need to like just cut her out entirely. I'm just talking to talk to her, right?
Yeah. It's like I'm not gonna talk to you like that no more. You know.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you know.
So she liked a couple of my posts, and there was one post that I ran across, and it was breaking down the whole Epstein thing and how a lot of the shit that's happening right now is being used as a distraction from things that are going on to distract us from the Epstein files. And I think I can pull that up. Like, I'm pretty sure that's on my Facebook, and I can just pull up the video on that. I'm pretty sure if I remember, I'll find it right now. But I was gonna send it to you, but I hadn't talked to you that day, so I wasn't sure what was going on with you. I hadn't talked to you since the day before. So I sent it to her because you know what I mean. I just want to send it to somebody that can like understand why this is important. So she responded back, you know, and we started talking, and it was really casual, very friendly, right? Now, bear in mind, she told me she was kind of high. I don't know if she was smoking or she took a couple of gummies, but either way, it was a very pleasant conversation that carried into the evening, right? Kind of like the first day that we met, right? So everything was cool. The next morning, at one point, she hits me up. She says, "Hey, sorry, I fell asleep." You know, it's all good. I kind of figured, what the fuck, no big deal, right? At one point, we're talking, and I brought up like things like about that. I brought up like how like things are in our society today, and how you know it's like everybody like it's everybody's just check to check, you know, like just trying to survive. But it's crazy how like you know back in the 50s, you know, a man could support his whole family with one job, and they were comfortable. They lived in a house. They didn't live in a shitty apartment. They lived in a house. They had a car.
The husband had a car. The wife had a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit too.
And it was funny though. But check it out. Now nobody can argue that is true. But here's the thing. Here's what her response was though. And here's was another red flag. Okay. I'm not going to go into the original red flags that I had the first time we had a little falling out because that should have been enough. But this happened at one point. She says, "Yeah, but," and it wasn't like little things like some people say, "Yeah, but you know, like women had very little rights and blah blah. Women couldn't even do this," because that's usually the argument that comes up. Her argument was, "Yeah, but women were like forced to be housewives." And a man could get his wife a lobotomy if he wanted to. And I'm like, all right, that escalated very quickly.
Hold on, you're going back a little bit too far.
Like
we're talking about like our century.
Yeah, she went up the deep end talking about how women have been repressed for like thousands of years, and I'm like, whoa.
Where the rule of thumb came from, a husband used to be able to beat his wife as long as the stick was no bigger than his thumb. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay.
It's true, by the way. Look it up. That's actually in the history books.
Huh?
It's actually no. Matter of fact, it's funny. It was the width of your thumb. It was the width of your thumb. It was the width of your thumb. You could beat a woman with a stick as long as it's no thicker than the width of your thumb. And then in the movie you got it from was from the Boondock Saints. He goes, "Oh," and he pulled his thumb. He goes, "Huh, not much damage you can do with that." Well, maybe they should have made it. Yeah, maybe they should have made it rule of wrist. Now,
but I think you said in your case it should have been the rule of wrist.
Yes. Now, calm down, feminists. Calm down, feminists. Just a joke, okay? I'm not saying that anybody should ever beat any of their partners, gay or straight, male or female, regardless. I think physical violence is not necessary unless you put it on the gloves and you got a referee. In that case, then cool, because you got rules, you got regulations. You're not trying to kill each other. You're just trying to make your point. That's understandable. I get that. Hey, every once in a while, you got to duke it out. But again, put some rules on the table.
One where if there was a disagreement, the husband had to get in a hole waist deep, tie one hand behind his back, and then him and the wife could fight.
Wait, what? Really?
You hear about that one?
No, what?
Yeah, like apparently the guy, like if there's like a whatever with the husband and the wife, like a disagreement or whatever, then like whatever was like, you know, fighting and stuff. They could like fight each other, but the man had to be in a hole up to his waist with one hand tied behind his back, and then the wife was, of course, outside of the hole.
Did you have any,
And
did you have any weapons?
they were able to dispute their differences.
Like physically?
Yeah.
Wow.
I read it in a book.
I have to look that up to confirm it, because if that's true, that is hilarious. I got to throw that out to some women out there. Hey, by the way, did you know?
It was like, you know, not medieval times, but you know, it was a while back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
not
interesting.
really, because I mean, what is it? The Salem witch trials wasn't really too long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. No, it's funny. No, I mean, like it's funny. A lot of people that do not know their history, they think there's so many things that happened like so many centuries ago, and it's like, nah, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't actually.
Yeah, that was like maybe like 200 years ago.
No, like now we're in 2026. Understand that, but like slavery didn't end until the 1800s. A lot of people think that happened like 300 years ago, and it's like, no, dude. Do you know when the Civil War was? Because here's the thing: America's Revolution 1776. Okay,
Yeah.
the Civil War didn't happen until like I think almost 100 years later. So yeah, slavery wasn't around that long ago. Okay, like it was like a couple, and then at that, this is crazy. I didn't know this. The percentage of people that owned slaves in America was a really small percentage, which is why I tell people all the time.
It was normally the wealthy people that, like farmers.
Yeah.
You know, the slaves were their help. That was not their help, but you know.
Yeah, no, and understand this.
So they had slaves.
Understand this. The majority of the population of the U.S. in those times were poor as fuck. There was only a handful of people that actually had slaves, and it was all rich white assholes. You know, sorry, but it's true. So, I mean, like we blamed an entire race for their shit, and it's like, well, there's only a handful of those actual people that actually owned slaves, to be honest. Like just a couple of them, to be honest. You know, and I'm not saying it was right, but I'm saying, I mean, you shouldn't lump up a whole group of people just because of one act that some asshole did.
No, slavery was more of a wealthy kind of thing.
It was. You know, it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with race. It's all about power. It's all about about controlling a population. That's all it was. You know, somebody that had less than you. Period. Because black people weren't the only ones. I mean, every minority was used, for slave labor at some point or another. Right now, here in the States, most of us, if you break it all down, we're all being used for slave labor. And we get taxed on literally every bit of dollar that we make, and then we get taxed when we spend the money. But that was already taxed that we get. And then at the end of the year, if you make too much, you get taxed on that too. So guess what, folks? We're slaves right now. They're giving us rations just to keep us alive. I mean, doesn't that make sense? You get just enough to keep you happy so that you'll go back to work. Because they know if all of us got fed up and stood up and did something about it, there's not enough of them that could stop us. Period.
Yep.
In the words of Brendan Fraser from the movie Airheads, they got the guns, but we got the numbers. Just saying, folks. Yeah. Just saying. We're way overdue for revolution.
Is it ant? No, a Bug's Life. Remember the Bug's Life? The fucking grasshopper. He's like, oh yeah, it's a little ant. And then he's like, but when there's a bunch of them.
Matter of fact, I think it was both of them. I think ants and Bug's Life did it both. They think they both kind of went the same route on that one. About how there's small little creatures, but if they all band together, they could fucking take us over. Yeah, they could.
Once they unite, yeah.
And it's true, and like that's funny because like there's so many movies and shows and books that have depicted that and telling the people, hey, this is what you need to do because if you don't, it's gonna get worse. And shit, the oldest one that I can think of, 1984. 1984 literally talked about a civilization way more in the future. And what's crazy about it, it took place in 1984, but guess what? 40 years, 50 years later, we're in it now. We're right on the cusp of what that book talked about. It's just a matter of time before we're all getting fucking chipped, Yeah. And it's not going to be a fucking choice either. And as it is, they're already taking our money away. Everybody's paying with fucking credit cards. They took away the penny. I don't even know why that was even necessary, to be honest. I really don't even know why. Like, there was no logic behind that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, honest to God,
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think like the majority of things that Donald Trump has done, especially in his second term, sorry, in second position of office, was just being a little kid, waving, fucking, running around with his diaper in his hand, saying, "Look what I can do! Look what I can do! Nobody cares! Nobody's stopping me!" Because that's exactly what he's doing.
It's like,
That's exactly what he's fucking
uh,
doing. Our nation has become a bunch of spoiled brats with parents that basically say, "Tell you what, sweetheart, you do whatever you want to do. Just leave me the fuck alone." Because that's what our president is fucking doing right now. He's doing whatever the fuck we want. And guess what? Nobody's doing anything about it. You know why? Because the public, whom it's affecting the most, are way too fucking busy with their own fucking problems. And the people who actually run this country, the people that are in office, are politicians that decide whether the president can be in office or not, are saying, "You go right ahead, Mr. President." Because guess what? While you keep making the country look bad, we're keep on getting rich. And when you're gone, we can retire. And we don't give a shit. We're done. We did our part. We already got paid. Bye.
yeah.
That's what they're doing, folks. If you think I'm wrong, feel free to tweet it my way. Because guess what? I'd love to hear your argument. I mean, my favorite thing though, when talking about Donald Trump, my favorite thing though, above all else, is when something is like he's doing is right in your face, and in your head, your only argument that's logical to you is like, "I voted for this piece of shit. There's no fucking way I made a bad call." Because that doesn't happen. I didn't make the wrong choice here. And these people argue till they're blue in the face and find any little thing of like, "Oh, it's because of this." I'm like, dude, you're not even making sense right now, man. You're like pulling any little thought out of your head just to defend the fact that you made a bad call. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody makes mistakes, bro. Own your shit, man. Children
Yeah.
do that. Children drag shit out. Children do not own their mistakes. Okay. Grown men and women own their shit. Grow the fuck up, folks. I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, you voted for the wrong person. Sadly, your vote didn't even count in the first place. You don't even need to feel bad about it. It didn't matter. The presidential election is a fucking scam too. Shit. Everything this country does is a fucking scam. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Everything is everything. I swear to God, everything in this country is a fucking scam. I remember back in the day when I said that the 12 families own this country, which is basically the FCC. I later found another video that talks about it's about 100, I think it's 120 families across the world that own the world. Okay.
Yeah.
And I thought, and it broke it down. It was that one black dude that comes out on TikTok all the time. He's like, like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And he breaks it all down and it's like mind blown kind of shit. But he broke it all down and basically the same concept as the US, which is on a broader level. It's like, it's like they're just one part of this huge puzzle of all of these organizations that control all of our media, everything that we are allowed to do, say, think, every single thing. And every country mediates it the way that they want to. But either way, it's all one big conglomerate. And they all have a part in it. As long as they're on top, they don't give a fuck about what they all do individually.
As long as they have profit, they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Now, the scariest part of all, though.
They're in the positive. They don't give a fuck.
Now, here's the scariest part of all, though. Here's the scariest part of all. And this is just something that I've learned over the course of my life, life experiences, and all the books that I've read. Now, I'm talking about like everything, psychology, and especially the art of war, and business, economics, government. Any type of group community. Okay. It's one thing I learned in business. You have a single proprietorship, you have your partnerships, and then you have your like, I can't remember the term for it, but it's like a group of people, right? Now this is a group of people, right? Now in DC, Joey, what was the group of superheroes in DC? Do you remember what it's called?
The what?
The group of superheroes in the Justice League. Sorry. The group. Sorry, I said the answer. Sorry, the group of heroes in DC.
Oh yeah, the Justice League.
I said the answer. Sorry, I didn't mean to be big. No. In Marvel, who's the group of superheroes? What are they called?
The Avengers.
Now, there is some arguments with the Marvel, but in the DC universe, who's the leader of the DC the Justice League?
Who's the leader? I don't don't know. I would say, I think Superman's in charge.
Yeah,
I
actually,
don't
right.
know who's the leader. I don't know who's the one that runs the shit in the Justice League.
It's funny because again, I was thinking, I realized when I said that, actually, like shit, man, because actually it's the same thing with Marvel too. Because originally I always think Batman. I thought, wait, you know what though? That is up for debate because some people say Batman, some people say Superman, but for legit reasons. Because some people say it's Batman because he's not he has no superpowers, and he's the smartest one. But other people say that it's Superman because Batman wouldn't take the position because he didn't want the responsibility. And he felt Superman was the better choice because of like his nobility. So then, but then you have Marvel, and it's Iron Man and Captain America. You have Captain America because his strategic knowledge, because from being in the wars. But then you have Iron Man because he's
the first, he's the oldest.
yeah, and then you have Iron Man. You have Iron Man because he's the smartest. He's the most resourceful. So okay, so shit, yeah. But anyways, okay. So I kind of went sideways on that one, so I apologize for that. But the point that I was trying to make, though, is that when you have a group of leaders, there's always somebody in charge, right? Like there's always somebody that, because you have a whole group, if you have a whole bunch of people, there has to be the deal breaker, the defining the vote, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now
you need like the mediator or whatever,
yes,
the one person that's like, all right, you know what I mean? Because you can't whatever, because then. I mean, you'll end up eventually at one point in time hit a stalemate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You need at least one person that has to be neutral.
Yeah, that one person decides, okay, you know what? I've heard your side of the argument. I've heard your side of the argument. You know, because I was chosen, as the final say, I'm gonna go with this one based on this logic. Okay. And now here's the thing. I had heard a while back, not that long ago, that the world is actually in debt. And it's in like this crazy, like high fucking number, right? Now the question always comes up:
who does the world owe money to?
Exactly, and that's when and just recently when I said I'd seen that video before, but just recently I ran across that video about how it's 100. I think it's a little over 100 families that basically run the world, and I thought to myself, well, shit, that's a big number. So who's at the top of that group of people? There's got to be somebody in charge. Yeah. There's got to be one person. And again, not a family. There's got to be one person at the top. And I think that's who all that money is owed to. Whoever's at the top of the food chain. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be one. Because again, I mean, look at our history books. There's always one person at the top, no matter what. And that's a scary thing to think about. That means that there might be actually one person that rules the fucking world. Scary. Think about that. I mean, again, it could be a family, it could be a couple. It could be a couple that fucking passes down the fucking the authority to the next kid. For all you know, this has been going on since the beginning of time. Since the fucking the fucking times before Christ, even the Roman eras. You never know. The funny thing about it though is that whoever does know, they have made it very, very, very sure that we will never, ever find out. We know just enough to question it, to wonder what else is out there. Why do you think that every country has their own laws set a certain way, but just a little bit differently? Because to keep us looking at them going, oh, they're inferior. Did I tell you that I've been learning Russian?
Oh yeah, you were telling me. Yeah, you told me that you were having a conversation the other day in Russian, this and that, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm learning Russian. I was like, oh cool.
Yeah, like it's okay. Like I haven't talked to him this in a few days. I need to get in touch with him. But his friend Sergey, very interesting guy. He's a little bit older than me. I met him through his sister. She makes these little handmade Mogwai figures from the movie Gremlins. And I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned this last podcast, but just in case, at first I thought she was like buying the figures, like just standard Mogwai figures, like off of like Amazon or some shit, and then like altering them, like using dice, and then adding shit.
Repainting them or something?
Yeah, no, dude, she builds them from scratch. Like she gets the clay molds and everything, dude, and when you see them, that's how good they are. That I thought she was buying them and modifying. No, she literally builds the whole thing from scratch, which is why they cost so much. I mean, it costs like a few $100.
Yeah, they're all pretty much custom.
Yeah, dude, and she made oh my god, so far the most impressive one. She just posted up on her Facebook the other day. It was a Predator fucking mashup, a fucking Predator Mogwai, and I was like, I saw it, I was like, oh man, I can't afford that, but that would be the first one I would buy because that looks fucking cool as shit.
Right.
But anyway, sorry, second sidetrack. But we started talking, and I realized that her English was really good, and I thought to myself, wait, are you using a translator or is your English that good? He goes, no, I'm using a translator. My English is actually not that good. I said, oh man, I was kind of wondering if you ever be willing to teach somebody Russian. I've always wanted to learn it. He goes, no, unfortunately, my English is not that good, but my brother's is. I can ask him. So she passed the message along, so we started talking. Real nice guy, and he was telling me just about just some of the different, customs that they have there in Russia, just in like regular society. And it's funny. I told him at one point this past week, is like some of the things that you told me. It seems like you live in a pretty comfortable, happy societies. Yeah, I mean everybody's, nobody's really suffering that bad. I mean everybody has their moments of fuck, but overall everybody's pretty good. And it's man, I swear to God, dude, they don't teach us that shit over here. He's like, it's like they only teach us the bad shit about Russia, and usually it's like the opinions of our leaders. But it's like the people in Russia, they have no complaints, and it's not because they're president. No, dude, they have no complaints because like they're good. They go to work, they do their shit, they take care of the families. It's not much different than here, you know. I mean, they have leaders in their country that they don't like. Guess what? So do we. Not much different. But guess what? In the overall, they're happy. They live their lives just fine. Nobody's bitching about how their society is over there. They're doing pretty good. In some cases, I think they're doing better.
Yeah.
The one thing, in case anyone's not a familiar listener, one thing that he told me was that like the Good Samaritan law, the one that was like rumored back when that episode of Seinfeld, like you see somebody getting mugged, you're supposed to step in. Yeah, over there, that's a real law. You get in trouble if you see somebody, getting mugged or getting hurt, or somebody having a domestic.
Yeah, the Good Samaritan law.
Yeah, over there, it's legit. Over there, like you see somebody doing something, and you don't step in, and somebody else sees you not trying to help somebody. Guess what? You go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fucker, why didn't you help that woman out? Did you see a gun? No, you should have fucking did something. You should have called somebody something. Don't just stand there and watch. That's what you go to jail for. You're standing there doing nothing. Guess what? You go to jail. Here in America, you get on fucking YouTube, you get paid. Isn't that cute? Or fucking, was it TMZ? Because here in America, we promote stupidity. We promote people hurting themselves, making ass of themselves. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, at what point did our country become just a bunch of entertainers? And it's not even good entertaining. It's like fucking, was it like fucking like see it?
It's like 2D reality TV. It's like wish fucking real world. Because I mean, a lot of these people, like, the wife would watch influencers and shit like that. And sometimes, I'd be sitting there, because we're smoking and stuff, and so I'm watching whatever she has on, and I'm like, this is like reality TV, but like with just regular fucking people.
Yeah.
They're like, talking about, oh, well, today we're going to Target. And it's them going to fucking Target, dude.
Yeah,
walking
God.
Target, fucking talking and acting
Fucking
silly,
cares.
and doing little whatever things. I mean, they're not acting out of pocket, like, or extreme or anything, but they're just walking around shopping. You know what? We're gonna make such and such today, so we got to make sure we get this and that for dinner. But then we also want to get an outfit, whatever. So that's why we came to the super Target or whatever.
Who the fuck cares?
We can get some clothes. So yeah, and let's go check it out. And it's like, okay, and yeah, dude, they even have like groups. Like there's one that the wife would watch. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But there's even little groups, dude, like where it's like 5, 6 friends or guys, and they just fucking go out and go on adventures. And like they record them like, oh, we're gonna go camping. So it shows them going to fucking like academy, getting the tents and all this shit. joking around. Then it shows them going to like fucking Walmart, buying all the alcohol and the food, and then it's the cruise, and then them setting up, and I'm like, wow, okay. Damn, I'm trying to remember what they're fucking called, dude. They're called, but yeah, it'll come to me in a bit. But yeah, dude, there's so many fucking groups and this and that now. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. And then with the whole COVID thing, nobody wants to go back to work. So like, you got people fucking. I saw one where the daughter became like a mukbang or something like that.
Mukbang.
Influencer.
Mukbang.
And you a mukbang?
Mukbang.
Is it I don't know how to say it.
Mukbang.
Whatever. Hey, that's not my first language.
Yeah, no, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's like it catches your eye, and that's what it is. Like, it's an eye catcher. Some I've watched a couple of them, just I was okay, like, what the fuck is this? And like, but it's one of those things where like okay, like the best way to describe it is just like, it's just something that's just like you shouldn't enjoy seeing, and that's why you're watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, okay, when you I've never seen one, thank God. But if you ever witness a horrible train wreck, people always say, it's like when you see a train wreck, it's like you don't want to look, but you can't look away because it's just so horrible to look at. It's like oh my god, but you keep on looking, and that's kind of what it is. Because you watch this person literally just stuff themselves with crap, and sometimes it's skinny chicks, sometimes it's fat chicks. But either way, it's like when you watch it in your head, you're going, "Why am I watching this? This is so gross." But yet another side is going, "But I can't look away." And some people get really into that shit to where, guess what? There's a whole market for it. People get paid for that shit now. It's like, it's fucking gross. You're destroying your body, by the way. Anybody that does that, by the way, good luck, man. Ugh, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. No, well, there's this one guy that that they would follow, whatever and shit, and his name was something avocado.
Okay.
I had his name and I fucking forgot it right now. Something avocado. But when the guy started, he was thin, he whatever, and he would eat and try out, give reviews and stuff like that. Well, he became popular and this and that. He ended up gaining like 200 pounds, dude.
Dude,
and he was gay, and his partner started doing them with him and stuff like that. And well, they got fat and stuff like that. It's like, dude, it's on video. Like they're halfway through their fucking video, and one of them, they're eating, and one of them just starts crying, and it's like, what's wrong? And it's like, look at us, like, look at me, like, look what we're doing, like,
to ourselves.
Yeah, look what we're doing to ourselves. We're fat and this and that. And I think, well, it was like, man, the other day you shit yourself. Like, it's just like, we're not, our health is not good. Like,
no,
look what we're doing to ourselves. And it's like, yeah, but it just depends on how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Even then, no, like
some people exercise. Some people, calorie pack, and stuff like that. So they eat the food, but they burn the energy. And then you have some people that just eat,
Like here's the thing. Okay, I like, just to give some background, like, I used to be a personal trainer, and I grew up with a lot of disorders when it comes to like personal, like view. I had eating disorders. I was never bulimic or anorexic, but like I have really bad body dysmorphia. Even to this day, I'm 43 as of January. I still have really bad body dysmorphia, so I still have to work out. I'm afraid of getting fat. I always watch what I eat. Sometimes if I eat like a lot of crap, the next day I will like starve myself, or if I eat something a certain day, I have to like watch what I eat the rest of the day, or vice versa, But so I mean, like I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not gonna tell anybody or give anybody advice on how they should eat. But I will say this: all things in moderation. And like, look at the labels, look what you're putting into your body, because, like, one thing that's really shocked me in the past, I want to say at least 10 years, give or take, Joey, I don't know how you were back in the day or how you are now with like bodybuilders, but like when I was still in high school, I was well, pretty much like from like childhood, from like the '80s all the way into high school, I was a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, right? Like I followed him from fucking Terminator all the way until fucking till now. You know, he's still like my idol, right? And so when I got to high school is when I like I got in shape, I lost a little weight, and I got like the real lean. And my body's not built for mass. I never got really big, but I was hardcore into like like bodybuilding. Like I admired like bodybuilders. I was like reading their tips, their workouts, shit that they would do. So my top three bodybuilders are Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, and Jay Cutler. And to my knowledge, they all still look great. Ronnie Coleman had a few health scares a few years ago back. Well, not a few years ago, but a while back. But if you see him today, like he still works out. He still looks good. You know, these guys are like like their 60s and 70s. Okay, and they're still all right. They're still healthy. Now, in the past 10 years plus, like I keep on reading all these articles about these young fucking bodybuilders, like in their late 20s, early 30s. None of them make it to 40. You know, heart attacks, strokes. I mean, like, health conditions.
Yeah, I mean, even look at these fucking NFL athletes.
Yeah.
These fucking kids, dude, they're in their 20s and they're dying.
They're kids. That's what's tripping me out. I was thrown away by this. It's like, dude, what the fuck are these kids doing to themselves that's making them drop off so young?
One of the people that I follow, she's an influencer from San Antonio, and she was saying she brings up the fuck me. I'm sorry, I hurt my wrist grabbing a beer.
Oh, okay.
It made me lose my train of thought. The vaccinations.
Yeah.
The vaccinations. Because, a lot of these healthy people or fucking athletes or whatever in their prime, they're having fucking cardiac arrest and shit like that.
Yeah.
And what one of the things, the theories is that it's the vaccinations.
You think so? Or do you think so?
I mean, what do I think? I think it's the vaccinations. Because, I mean, look at the history of the sport. It's never happened. And then there's protocol and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, they're doing drugs or they're this and that.
Yeah.
The only variable in there.
What the fuck? Ah, God damn, he dropped off again. All right, give Joey a second. If it's anything that's happened a minute ago, this might take a few seconds. Hopefully, it's not as long. But if anybody's curious what we're talking about, all these bodybuilders. Look it up. All these bodybuilders, like before the age of 40, some way younger than that, are dropping off. And I'm just trying to figure out what is the pattern in all of this. Like what are these kids pumping into their bodies just to compete? And it's like, Jesus Christ. And most of these kids don't even go pro. I'm gonna have to repeat this when Joey gets back on. I'm gonna try to call him again really quick. I hate this. It's gonna take a second. If it's gonna take him a second, I'm gonna go pee though. I'm gonna tell you right now. Again, you're only seeing this on the YouTube video. Only YouTube videos. So tell your friends, hey, by the way, you should watch it on YouTube. You get to see the outtakes. Because on Spotify or everywhere else, after I post this up, I'm gonna edit all of this crap out. Because it's just embarrassing. But it is fun to be one of those few people who say, hey, I saw it. All right, Joey's not answering. His phone's probably fucked up again. So give me 1 second. We'll wait for him to come back. Okay, I'm back. I apologize. Joey is still getting his phone situation fixed real quick. But while we were waiting, though, like I said, it's only going to be watching the YouTube video. Really quickly, to anybody who's watching this, if you or anybody you know is trying to start a small business or a website or anything like that, maybe you have a hobby, trying to turn it into an investment, and maybe you make shit by hand, like a friend of mine mentioned earlier ago. If you would like to give us your information, you can post your link on our website right now. I'm actually rebuilding it from scratch. It's called don'tbesosensitive.com. If you go to it right now, you won't find anything. But if you're interested, or if you know somebody that might be, like I said, starting their own business, or interested in using us as a conduit, we will happily post a link from our website to your website. We won't charge you anything up front, and actually you'll be grandfathered in. Everybody that signs up in the beginning will not have to pay any fees at all. I'm fronting the bill for this site myself, so you don't have to worry about shit. Later on, when we become more popular, whoever wants to get on after that, then guess what? You're going to have to pay a fee. But if you help us in the beginning, we'll help you in the beginning, and guess what? You never have to pay a dime. Free promotion, folks. You can't beat that shit. So that being said, hold on. I'm going to try to call Joey one more time and see he answers this time. Again, I apologize for the little dead air moment. You only see this in the YouTube video. You won't see it. You won't hear about this on Spotify or any other platforms. So let's see if Joey answers this time. Come on, Joey. Try to keep it professional. I was hoping I was long enough to call back. Apparently not. God damn it.
The person you are.
Okay, so as we continue to wait, okay, I'm gonna bring this up when Joey comes back. We're gonna switch topics because this is annoying as shit. So, to anybody that's watching this later on or now, if anybody has seen the Jim Carrey footage, the saying that he might be a double, he might have been replaced. I know it sounds crazy, but look at the footage of the person that you see today and the person that we would see before. I personally noticed right away several years ago that, like, he looked really thin because clearly he's not somebody that's very superficial, so he doesn't get a whole lot of work done. And now the person that I see on all these videos looks like he's got a lot of work done. Plus, it's his attitude, his character, the way he presents himself. And then there's a few videos when like Jim Carrey was on camera talking about like Hollywood conspiracies. One in particular is on Jimmy Fallon, and I thought was really cute. And the things that he says, what blew my mind was that he says all these things, and you hear the audience laughing. Jimmy Fallon pretends like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But if you pay attention, it's like, I know that everybody thinks this is a joke because Jim Carrey is a comedian, but no, I'm pretty sure he's like trying to tell us something and nobody's fucking taking him seriously. Now, Joey, one more time, because this is what I want to talk to you about. Get your opinion on, you asshole. Answer your fucking phone, motherfucker. This is so fucking annoying. Oh, wait, that's Joey right there. Joey just commented. Will Joey get your ass back over here?
The person you are calling is currently unavailable.
All right, Joey just sent me a text. I'm assuming from somebody's phone. I have no idea the fuck who. Well, fuck, call me back. Can't do the podcast with you fucking talking on the fucking comments, asshole. Call me back, motherfucker. And again, you only see this on YouTube. You're welcome. Call me motherfucker if you can see this. Can you hear me? Call me back, dickhead. Make me look like a fucking idiot over here. Jesus Christ. Bro, I'm not sure if I can show this on YouTube, so I got to turn around. Just in case. See, I love how Joey's responding, but he's not fucking calling me back. Dude, Jesus Christ. I think he's like thinks he only can call me on the phone. They didn't call me on Messenger, man. Shit. You can call me that way too. Come on, Joey. Still waiting for you. Oh God. Hello.
Okay.
What happened now?
All right. Okay, so what happened was my phone died, and then this phone, it takes forever for it to fucking it needs to be at a certain percentage before like it'll turn on and shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't turn it on at 1. It's got to be like 3, because if not, it'll turn on and then just die immediately.
Yeah, I was to do
So
that.
I had to whatever, and I'm watching the podcast on my living room TV.
God.
I can see whatever and stuff. So I went to my mom's room and fucking because I can't comment. I can see the comments on my TV, but I can't comment on my TV. So I was like, well, let me use her phone to comment you. And she was like, well, just take my phone so you can finish the cast. So I got on her phone, and that's how I was messaging you through her phone, her profile.
That's all I was like, is it, dude, if you can message me, then
no, it's like, hey, I'm fucking coming. And
but it was funny because
I had to get your phone number from my phone.
it was funny because I was thinking to myself, dude, if you can message me, so if you can comment, then fucking just message me, motherfucker. Message me on Facebook.
Yeah, no. Well, what it was is I had to get your number from my phone.
That's funny.
So I had to wait till, yeah, and then once I put your number in my phone, I see that your number's already saved in my mom's phone.
No, of course.
Yeah,
That's
because remember when my phone got stolen.
Yeah, when you fucking transfer the calls. Yeah.
Yeah, well I tracked my phone through my mom's phone and shit. So what I did is I logged into my email, and when I did that, it synced all my contacts.
That's funny.
So my mom has all my contacts on her phone.
Okay, well, now that we're back, like I said, I had to throw a lot of filler in there to make up for it again.
Oh, but like what I was saying was, I mean, they released all this medicine without research, without
yeah.
You know, and that's the only variable is that, you know, and the time that you know, the industry, but you know, football and everything, like, would never been a problem, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with young athletes like that. So I mean, the only thing that I can think of is that, like, I mean, we're pretty much guinea pigs. Who knows what the fuck they injected with people?
Like, I mean, the last thing I want to bring up about that, but like being an influencer and like literally sacrificing your body to do it. Again, I don't recommend it at all. I don't give a fuck how much money you're making. It's fucking dangerous because, like, I mean, you see, I'm sure everybody has at least heard of these documentaries, these fucking reality shows. It's like fucking my 600-pound life, you know, or the fucking the 700-pound twin sisters, or whatever the fuck, you know. And it's like, and again, and like every show ends the same. How do you think it ends, Joey?
You're fat. I need to change my life, but they never do nothing.
Well, actually, I was thinking of the latter. Actually, they die.
No, I'm a little dark this week.
No, I was gonna say they die. That's the answer I was looking for. Is like they die, dude. Like the majority of those shows.
Yeah, well, eventually you will die. Your arteries are gonna get clogged.
Dude, like I remember, I don't know.
You're so fat, it just restrains your body. Like, yeah, there's so much.
Like I don't know. Because here's the shitty thing about it. Is it like this shit was going on over 20 years ago, back when I was still living with Ray. I remember when Ray and I ran across this one show. This one was horrible. This shit was barely like starting up. This is a thing. It became a thing with this fucking show.
Oh, when it first started, yeah, that's when they get like the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm. This one was bad because, okay, again, and then maybe they softened it up since then, but this show, Ray and I would watch it off and on, and like, because it was the whole time we're going, this is just horrible. Because throughout this, the saddest part about it, the wife was the culprit. The wife was the one that was like feeding him constantly, and they've even done shows. I think it happened in Nip Tuck. They did other shows where, like, you know, like this person is like crazily, you know, morbidly obese, and it's like their husband or their wife or somebody that's like, you know, like feeding them, you know, because they it's like that's their their vice. You know, they don't want they have to do it because they're gonna leave me. It's like this person
They're
couldn't.
enabling him.
Yeah, they're enabling him. Yes, and the whole time it's because you know they don't want to be alone. And it's like you're
Yeah.
killing this person. This is horrible what you're doing to this person. And like the one that Ray and I ran across at the end, you know, the remember the second to last episode was you just see so the preview for the next episode. You see the fucking the back of the ambulance, and we're like, oh shit, we were right. We said from the beginning, you know, at the end of the show, this guy's gonna die, right? It's like, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Let's see what happens. So we watched it, and sure enough, the second before the season finale, oh shit, the ambulance. All right, we gotta watch next week's episode. And yeah, he died. And of course, they say in the aftermath, like the empath, oh, you know, he died a couple years later. Oh, big surprise. Like, dude, like this is just fucking sad. You know what I mean? Like, why is this? And it's still a thing now. 20 plus years later, it's a whole fucking. It's still a fucking thing. It's like this shouldn't be encouraged. The worst one that I saw most recently. Here's a funny thing. There's a plus and a plus and a minus. Here's the sad story that I heard recently, and the positive story that I heard recently. Now, both of these people, by understanding, are still alive. But check it out. Here's why one of them sad, the other one's very positive. The sad one is about this woman. It showed her. She took a picture of her on her Instagram, how she looked. I think it was like not even that long ago. I think like less than 10 years. And, you know, she was like it was like her prom dress. You know, she looked real pretty, real thin. You know, real petite. You know, just very young and vibrant. You know, very happy, right? And then it shows her like a few years later, and she's huge. I mean, like
I want to gain weight.
Like I want,
I said it's easy to gain weight.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm talking like 300-400 pounds. Like, I mean, she's a big girl, dude. I mean, just like huge. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, because it's like from that one to that one, it's like, oh my god. And the whole point of it is to be, because of the follows, she gets on her Instagram, and it's like, sweetheart, like, I know there's a lot of creepers out there. They get off on this shit, but you're killing yourself. This is not healthy for you at all. And of course, there's a couple of negative comments on it, but the majority of them were like, sweetheart, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, the majority of them were like trying to convince her, dude, do not do this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Yeah, again, it's one of those rare posts that there was like only a handful of trolling. The majority was like, stop doing this to yourself. Like, this isn't cool. Stop. Nobody, I don't give a shit how much money you're making on this. Don't do this to yourself.
You don't deserve to do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all you're doing is fucking yourself up, man.
Now the positive one, and again, just in the past, I want to say this past week, I ran across this one, and this one actually made me smile because it was in light of, like I said, the past few years I've been reading about these articles about these bodybuilders been dropping off. This woman, female bodybuilder, and complete opposite. Like, she showed her at her skinniest, right, when she was still in high school before she started bodybuilding. Then they showed her when she would compete, and she was like super fucking lean, real skinny. She looked great, by the way. Don't get me wrong. From a bodybuilder standard, I'm like, dude, I mean, she looked amazing, like complete, competitor fucking status. But then it showed her a few years later when she decided she just wanted to just be normal, and she's still in good shape. She still works out, what the fuck, she does what she can just to be healthy. But like in all of those pictures, I mean, biggest smile on her face. She looked happy. She looked positive. She looked healthy. You know what I'm saying? She got to a point where, I was doing this for a reason, but now I'm like, I want to live a normal lifestyle and see what that's like. And oh my God, this is so much fucking better. You see what I'm saying? You don't gotta be a fucking hard body, to live happily, folks. I mean, it's not hard to fucking eat healthily. You know what I'm saying? Again, read the labels, research your shit, figure out what's good for you, what's bad for you. If you eat a lot of shit, moderate. I'm not a nutritionist.
That's my favorite fucking word, dude. When people are always like, the doctor said I had to get on the diet, or the doctor said this, and then I was like, moderation, bro.
Moderation, dude.
Moderation. Like, it's like, shit, you like eating tacos? Just eat the inside of the taco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you like whatever. I mean, yeah, you whatever, but tortillas are awesome, but, just don't eat the fucking whatever. You can eat everything you want, just moderation. Oh, you eat 4 tacos? Fucking eat 2. You know what I'm saying? And that's my favorite word.
Like I have days like I don't think McDonald's is doing it anymore, but for a while they were giving away these punch cards to after a certain amount of deliveries from.
Oh, you were telling me, you get a sandwich or some shit, right?
Yeah, I think they stopped doing it because I hadn't asked for one in a while, and recently I turned one in and I asked for another one, Now, here's the funny thing about it: is it like I don't know if they were lying to me or not because they said that they didn't have any more, or they hadn't. And then one guy said, oh, "We haven't given those out in a while." I heard him like in the back, like say that like to the other guy, and not enough for me to hear, but I still heard it.
They're like, "Shut up, Kenny! You've only been here 6 months."
Yeah, but it was funny. Is it like the kid knew what I was talking about, and I think I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like there was a stack of cards that he grabbed from underneath the register and he pulled it out and he stopped himself and put it back. I don't think he was asking because hold on, I gotta see where they are. That's what he said. And I think it was one of those things that came up in like a team meeting. By the way, folks, we're no longer gonna offer the McDonald's punch cards. If they ask, just say that we don't have any more because we're getting tired of giving away free food.
Yeah, but the thing too, well, this is the whatever thing, like the way I think and the way I whatever and shit, fucking goddamn Sherlock Holmes motherfucker. It's like, okay, if it's something that they're not offering no more and nothing that whatever, then why would you have it at the front?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you have it up there if you're not offering it?
That's what I was saying. I think they told him like to like not give him up right away. So I think he asked somebody like, "Hey, by the way, wait, are we still doing that?" And they like lied to us. Oh yeah, no.
Hey, give it to the frequent ones.
Yeah, and like I mean, and it's because I go there all the time. I have now 9. I had 10. I had 10 cards, punch cards. I had one. Yeah. I had one that actually had 10 punches on it because I had it when they first started, and then later on they moved to 6 punches. The one that I used this past time was the 10 punch card. That was months ago. I have 9 other 6-hole punch cards, and I'm gonna use those motherfuckers. But it was funny because
to be an asshole, use them all at once.
I thought about doing that. I tried to sell them, but nobody wanted to fucking buy. Say because it's a free sandwich, dude. The first time I used one, the woman that always called me Antonio. I don't think she's working there anymore. I don't want to ask. I don't want to feel bad. I don't know if she quit or got fired, but I haven't seen her in a minute. And she was there like every fucking day. So I think she might have left. But there was a woman. She always called me Antonio, and I never corrected her because I was like, well, I always felt like Antonio Banderas back when I had my long hair. So I always thought that maybe that's why she was calling me Antonio. Or maybe I don't know if she really thought that was my name. I'm pretty sure she really thought that was my name, but she likes saying it. Every time she come in, hold on, Antonio, we got your order right now. I'm like, she always say my name every single time. She always say my name every time. Nobody else. But every time I come in, she always call me Antonio. I'm like, I'm not going to correct her, dude. I mean, she sounds so confident in saying it. I'm not going to be the one to like.
Man, that would be funny to like put in a movie. It's like, I call all the Doordashers Antonio.
No shit.
It's like, but none of them correct me, so I just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
You know,
it's like,
I know that that's not their name, and they know that I know, but like they don't say nothing.
Like,
so I just run with it.
He's like, wait, so how long have you been doing this? Well, how long has Doordash been around? I don't know, about 5 years. Yeah, since about that time. Yeah, 5 years. Sounds about right. Like since it started, like.
Yeah,
since the beginning.
You know, when things start, there's all these rules. It's like, yeah, make sure you address them by their name and you say their name and you give them the card and make them feel special. And
nobody ever corrects this.
They're delivering the food, so we gotta show them that they're special to us. So make sure you say the deliverer's name and this and that. And it's like, I'm just gonna call everybody Antonio.
Well, it's funny because for a while I always wondered if either parties, if the person receiving like the store or the customer like actually identified us by name on their end. I assume the customer. Yeah. I assume the customer at least if it's like if you're actually handing the delivery to the person, it's like just like Uber or Lyft. But the store, I wasn't.
Yeah, the receipt only says the recipient's name. It doesn't say the deliverer's on the receipt.
It doesn't. Okay, cool. I was wondering that because I always wondered.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does say the deliverer's name on the receipt. I gotta look. It's been so long since. I think it does now. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember if anybody's called me by name, a customer, because I haven't called my name, but from the store person. Usually, I mean, I assume that confirmation, like, okay, like, oh, you're for this one. Because it's funny to me because, like, I come in and I'll say a person's name, and some people ask for a code, which is understandable. The recipient's name.
Yeah,
so I'm here for what you call it stuff.
Yeah, and
I don't think they give your name.
Well, like some places ask for like a code. McDonald's, some of them are anal. They ask for like the last 4 digits of a code. And don't get me wrong, it makes sense because there was one time I picked up an order and it was the wrong person because they had the same name. And I like thankfully I looked at the order. I was, wait a minute, this isn't me. I like I don't want to say where it was. I don't want to put anybody on fire. But they when I called them, hey, by the way, I think I got the wrong order. This bitch like so like rudely said, well, next time say it's for DoorDash. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like you could like check and ask if you wanted to. What the fuck? Like how is this my fault, bitch?
Right.
At least I didn't leave and come back and blame it on you because I've done that before. I've left, forgotten something.
You could have just left and came back and then been like, I'm here to pick up my delivery and just claim you got a fucking free meal.
Yeah. Like
how would they have known that they gave you the food? You could have just left. Oh, this isn't mine. Put that on the fucking passenger seat. Let me go get my food and get your food, and you don't have to tell them shit. There was one
time I picked up an order and somebody came up. Somebody came right behind me, and we picked up orders at the same time. And when he walked out, I looked at the order that I grabbed, and I looked at it. I was like, I think he grabbed my order. And I was right about to turn around and stop him, and he stopped at the door, turned around, hey, yep, you got my order. Cool. I'm glad I had to run after you. Like he stopped and looked, wait, shit, is this right? Nope, it's not. Hold on, shit, let me turn around. No, I've had a lot of incidents, man. I mean, really quickly though. Let me say this really quickly, and then we'll get into the another thing I really want to touch base with. To anybody that is okay, both sides. If you are a DoorDash user, my advice to you is look at the distance of where you're getting the food from to where you live, and understand this: the person might live right down the street from that place. I live right down the street from like a lot of spots. I live right down the street from McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Church's Chicken, Subway, Wingstop, fucking China Express, Sonic, Paris Bakery, and apparently HEB's Chinese Kitchen delivers food from there too. Also, this little tortilla place, but I think for some reason they don't accept DoorDash. So I might be wrong about them. So I live in a hot spot. I live right next to all these spots. They're all literally 2 minutes away. So if the distance from one of those spots is really fucking far from where you live, understand this, that there's a lot of drivers that the distance from where they're at originally is probably a lot longer to get to the location and then drive to get to you. So tip respectfully, because if you really, really want your food and you really, really want to stay in your fucking PJs and not get out of bed, then guess what? You're going to have to tip a little bit extra. I say this to everybody. If you can afford DoorDash, you can afford to leave a decent tip. Because I know for a fact DoorDash is not cheap. You know why I know that? Because I can't afford it. And I work for them. So guess what? I don't get discounts. Now, the other thing, though, this is for the drivers. This is a very, very important thing that I just barely realized. Is it, if you have another job, especially, if this is your sole income, then I understand you probably have to take like every fucking run you can because hey, you got to make your money. I get it. You got bills. But if you're somebody that does not need the money that bad, don't take every single run you get. The long runs are not worth it. So let me tell you something. Sometimes you get a run. I used to say $1 per mile, 7 miles, $7. That's reasonable, right? But traffic, time it takes you to get there. Sometimes you're way out the fucking middle of nowhere, and then the time it takes you to get all the way back. Maybe you make $10 off of that run, but it took you more than 30 minutes to get back. You pause the fucking deals from that time. You're not taking any runs. You wasted about almost an hour of your time for $10. Did you get paid and your gas? What I learned to do is one, buy your time. If you get a good run, you think it's good. Wait. Today I made a little over $50 and I did less than 5 runs. No bullshit. Because each run was like $2 or more per mile. And I was like, it was easy. And I was like, wow, this turns out a really good fucking day. I mean, I barely did anything. It was awesome. I called it early. I didn't even finish the whole fucking day. But this is the most important tip to any DoorDash drivers. I don't know how it works for other delivery services, but the coolest thing that I learned about DoorDash is to remember that the store you're picking up from, you are not their employer. You are your own boss. If you get to a store, this happened to me on a few occasions. I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus. But this happened to on a few occasions at 3 different stores. I got to the location. One of them is because they were busy. Another one, they do this on a regular basis. There's another one, I can't remember which one it was. Oh, no. They also do this on a regular basis. They wait till you get there to start your order. Okay. All 3 stores did this to me on separate occasions. Until I got there, that's when they started the order, which is why it took so long for me to get the order. And I realized that's what they were doing. And I realized also, you know what? After a certain amount of time, you can say, you know what? I am this claiming this order. I'm not going to take it after all because this is taking too long. This is a waste of my time. And if you wait and not even that long, if you wait long enough, you don't get penalized for it. You know, your stats won't go down. You don't get the payout for it, but guess what? The store gets penalized. You know why? Because eventually they're going to go outside. Hey, where'd the delivery guy go? Oh, he left. Why? Because he took too fucking long, bitch. I don't work for you. Don't waste my fucking time.
Yeah.
A few stores that I picked up that I've got deliveries from, they've learned it the hard way. Because now one of those stores in particular, I don't pick up from at all. When I see the name, like, nope. Actually, no, it's 2 of them. 2 of the stores now, I don't pick up from. One of them, they're still okay with me. They've only done it to me twice, but it was based on circumstance. But the other 2, they've done it every time I've gone. It took me a couple of times to notice that that's what they were doing. I brought it to Liz, and she said, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what they're doing." Because I've done that at my stores before. She used to work she was a manager at churches. She did the same thing. They get a delivery, their drive-through is fucking backed up. So you know what? Don't worry about them. Take care of them first. Sorry, don't worry about the delivery driver. Take care of those orders first. We already got paid for the delivery. Get all these customers out first, and then when the delivery guy comes, take care of their order. So guess what? I learned that now when it takes too long, I drop it off. Sorry. Or I just don't even bother. I don't accept it. Fuck these assholes, man. Waste my fucking time.
Fuck yeah, fuck that shit.
And again, that's one thing I say. If you're gonna look into DoorDash, there's a lot of stipulations. I broke it down to a fucking science, and I'm still learning new shit. It's not for everybody. You have to have a lot of free time, and you have to have a decent car. That's the most important thing. You can't just dive into it because you're gonna need repairs. And if that is your main job, no, do it as a side gig. If your car is not good, not reliable, as a side gig, go for it. But if you're gonna do it like me as a career, you need to make sure your car is good, and you need to keep it up and have it checked on regularly. Because the moment it goes down, guess what? Now you're not getting paid. This happened to me. My starter was not fucking cheap. But I had the money to pay for it, thank God. And I was able to go right back to work. But fuck, that sent me back. Now, last thing I want to talk about officially, and after that, we'll see what happens. I know you've been bedridden, so I'm sure you haven't kept up with social media a lot. But this has been coming up, and I brought this up during the breaks when you dropped off. This has come up. Well, actually, it's come up in the past, but it's come up a lot more recently. I guess like I clicked on the wrong thing, and now it's like flooding my feed. So I figured we might as well address it.
You fucked your algorithm up.
Yeah, I did basically. But I'm curious about it because it does tie in with some things we've brought up in the show. Again, I know you haven't been kept up. You haven't kept up as much, but just in case, let me ask you: what have you heard about this rumor or / conspiracy about Jim Carrey being replaced with a double?
I don't think I've heard that one. Okay. I mean, I've heard everybody's already like. I've heard Eminem. I've heard Jamie Foxx. I've heard. I don't think Tracy Morgan was one of them. Who else? There's a handful of celebrities that they say have been cloned, and normally it's the ones that they come back and they're all skinny as shit.
Yeah.
And so I haven't heard about him, whatever, but I have heard about him being that he might be like a psychopath or a serial killer or something like that.
That's funny. I'm gonna play for you. A portion of this video really quickly. This is the latest one that I see, and I reposted it because my friend Derek, he posted up a video talking about that, and I don't know if he's like laughing it off or he posted it because he's like, okay, wait, is this legit or not? But since I had been getting so much of it as it is, I ran across this one this morning, and I shared it and I tagged him in it. I'm only gonna play the first part because what Jim Carrey says, the person I know 1,000% is Jim Carrey, because I remember seeing this when he accepted this award. I remember what award show it was, but this is just a really quick clip. I'm only gonna play the first part, just hearing what he says when he accepts this award. Check it out.
Guys, listen. It's so beautiful. And Honey Michelle,
Hold on.
they
Okay.
got him, guys.
Okay.
Listen.
Sorry. The person here right now is not the important part. This is the supposed double. I'll send you the link. That way you can see the person. That's what really catches me, is that you see the person's face and you're close up to the person. It's like, that's not Jim Carrey, but check it out. Let's just listen to what he says though.
It's so beautiful. And Honey Michelle, Camilla Cotono.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
You're telling me that's the same
Okay.
Jim Carrey?
Okay, the first part.
that was when Kick-Ass 2 came out.
The first part. I know it came out kind of muffled. All that part was the believed double to be just talking about how his life is so great, spending time with his wife, or the fuck, right? I think it was his wife, but it's a close-up shot, on the red carpet, and his hair is different, his face looks a little more puffier, like for several years. After a certain point, because Jim Carrey dropped off the grid for a little while, and right after fucking Kick-Ass 2, when he came out and for that award, that's probably when he was talking. It was in. I noticed that he, like, his face looked a little thinner, right? And then after that, I didn't see anything about him for like a long time. And then when he finally came out on camera again, I noticed same thing, like his face looked like really thin, not sickly, just thin. When I was used to celebrities getting Botox and getting touched up or the fuck, I was like, oh, I guess
puffy. They don't get thinner. They get puffier.
Yeah. So my thought was like, oh shit. Well, I guess he's just letting himself age. So then, I started seeing more videos and articles like that about him trying to exploit, Hollywood, saying how this, like, in that award show, he says, great nations do not kidnap children. For anybody that didn't hear it, that's what he said. Great nations do not kidnap children. Hollywood has fed you lies. And then, you know what? Oh, I can't pull on this phone. I sent you that one video when he was on Jimmy Fallon. And
he's doing the triangle.
He's doing the triangle, and he's saying how like all these things that have happened in our nation.
He's like,
yeah, Jimmy Fallon's like, what are you talking
about?
Yeah, and he's like, we talking about. He's like, okay, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I'm pretty sure I can pull up that clip.
You said that was to me today.
I'm gonna send you on this phone as well. I'm gonna see if I can pull up just.
And I remember when that video came out.
Me too.
Because I was a big conspiracy theorist, and I followed Alex Jones back when he was like the shit and shit. Well, he wasn't the shit. Everybody thought he was fucking crazy, and it's like, oh yeah, he was right about at least one thing, and it was a big thing. And you know what it was? Excuse me.
Okay. This is kind of creepy because hold on. Okay, I'm trying to pull up the video. I looked up Jimmy Fallon, Jim Carrey, and one day ago, this is supposed to.
It's not Jimmy Fallon. It's fucking Jimmy Kimmel.
I think it was Jimmy Fallon actually. Hold on, because
Jimmy Kimmel, where he's doing the thing like he's doing the vagina, but he's doing the triangle.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Kimmel.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, because let me post it up. This video is literally from a day ago, and it's a image creation. I'm waiting for fucking actually no, that's not it. Okay, never mind. That's why it's a day ago. Somebody fucking made that video. No, I'm trying to find the actual footage because I want to see, because I couldn't see if it was Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel. I thought it was Jimmy Kimmel at first, but then it looked like Jimmy Fallon. But now I'm not sure.
It's okay.
Oh, go on. Damn it, no. Same one. Fucking YouTube.
It's Fallon. I mean Kimmel.
He's Kimmel? Oh wait, I think I found it. Oh, you're right. Okay, check it out. Okay, hold on. I found it. It is Jimmy Kimmel. Check it out. Okay, check it out. Hold on. Let me play just the sound. God damn it. Why is this phone being all weird, dude? It never does this shit. What the fuck? That was being all stupid. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna play the audio. That's all it is. Check it out.
Jimmy Fallon doesn't know, David Letterman doesn't know.
You don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
The triangle.
It's the secret symbol of the Illuminati,
Yep.
the all-mocking tongue. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on. Look at them trying to...
See, laughing.
It's hilarious. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. I just got to get this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
See? And the whole time, the audience is laughing, thinks he's putting on a show. And the whole time, he's doing it like that because he knows that anybody that's really listening knows, like, hey, this isn't a joke. This isn't a show. But at the same time, he's like, to anybody that's listening, he's like, nah, he's just putting on a show. He's just putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? He's covering his ass. But unfortunately, and again, if anybody's an old-time listener, years ago, before Joy and I started the podcast, I met this old man, his older couple working at the hotel, and we're talking about George Carlin, and I brought up how oh my god, he was my all-time favorite comedian, blah blah. And the first thing that he says, oh, they killed him, and I was like, you think so? He's, oh yeah, definitely. I said, I never dismissed that idea, I never entertained it, but then again, I never thought about it. The last set that he did was back in, I think it was 2010. I'm pretty sure it was 2010. I think that was the year that my grandfather passed away. I'm pretty sure it was the same year. And that was the last show that he did. He passed away, not several, but like a few months later that year. And in that set, he went hard, man. He talked about so much shit. He basically just like threw the government under the bus, like in a hardcore way. And it's just like a weird coincidence that was the same year that he passed away. Now, granted, he was an old man. I understand that, and people die of natural causes all the fucking time. However, like, he wasn't sickly. He was still performing, for Christ's sake. He performed earlier that year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these celebrities that do die of natural causes, usually when you find out how they died, heart attack, they were already kind of sickly. They were kind of on their way out. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was healthy. So I genuinely believe that, there was some foul play involved. Maybe he took a little too much in that last set. And the government was like, all right, I think you've said enough. We've let this slide long enough. And people are actually starting to fucking listen. Sadly, they weren't, because, fucking 15 years later, all these fucking kids are fucking posting up his videos, he would have been woke. Fuck you. God, I hate when people use that fucking term. Jesus Christ.
He would have hated that term.
He would have. Like, when I was talking to Bitch Duck, she used that term a few times.
He would have said something to being woke is to be awake and be aware, and none of you motherfuckers see that you're being fucked every day.
Exactly. like when I was talking to Bitch Duck the first time around, before we had the first falling out, she used that term a few times, and it got really annoying because one point she even said, "Oh, that's very woke of you." And then the first thing that came to my head, I didn't say it out loud, was like, stop saying that. You're not in your 20s. Jesus Christ. You know how stupid you sound when you say that, like, so confidently?
Honestly, when I hear woke, I think of it as a black term.
Really?
Mm-hmm. When I hear the word woke, I think of it as a black term.
I don't.
Or something that,
I don't.
That black people, whatever.
I don't, dude.
Like,
I immediately think of a rich white person wearing khakis. I think of a rich white asshole.
I don't know. When I started hearing woke, the only people that I would hear say woke were black people.
Maybe when it first came out.
I'm woke.
I mean, you know what? That makes sense because I think it came out like the whole like Black Lives Matter shit came out.
Yeah, that's woke. The woke whatever movement came out.
Yeah, then white folks with their white guilt fucking stole that from them too. Shit. White folks just can't let anybody have anything, man. God damn, dude. You took the Native Americans' land. You took the fucking black people's music. Now you're taking their fucking language. You don't even say it right. You fucked that up too. God damn it. You take away everybody's fucking food. And as a matter of fact, oh my god, I can't remember what comedian it was. It was the guy from fucking from Saturday Night Live. I think he's Cuban. I think he's Cuban. He was talking about that, about how like I think he's like, I don't know, I think he's Cuban Mexican, but I remember he mentioned that about Mexican food, saying how like you like our food if you don't like our you don't like us. And it's funny because like think about it, like you never hear about us saying, "Oh man, I really want like this," like talking about like anything American. He's like, no, it's like you're the ones that invented Taco Tuesday. Like that's all you guys. And I was like, he's actually right though. I mean, like white folks like just take
Hey, Taco Tuesday. It's like, bitch, we eat tacos every day.
Yeah, like, white folks
Breakfast
invented that
tacos,
term.
motherfucker.
White folks started Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they did that shit. That was never a thing. It's like because we talk. Yeah, like I said, we eat tacos every fucking day, bitch.
Yeah, that's breakfast, bitch.
Exactly. Fucking shit. I mean, I still eat everything with fucking tortillas. Shit.
Fuck yeah. It's like you eat tacos in the morning, you eat a plate for lunch, and then
I
dinner or whatever.
shit. I have tacos all fucking day, man. All my fucking life.
Oh, yeah, sometimes, yeah, the tacos for breakfast, tacos for lunch, and tacos for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into racism. We talked about it last week, and it's a cycle. But I mean, like, it's just so fucking stupid. And like when it comes to like different cultures and how we kind of send everybody based on like certain shit, and it's like, dude, the only thing you should ever judge anybody on is just their character, man. Not to quote MLK, but I will because the only thing that it's the perfect way to say it is like judge people not by the color of their skin, but by their character. Because I mean, think about it, dude. I've met so many people of all different races that have been fucking assholes. And upon looking at them, immediately you'd probably think, oh man, this person looks like a really nice person. And then you find out, no, and vice versa. I met a lot of people that look like shit, turned out to be the sweetest people ever. My friend Jose Hurtado, and by the way, God, I miss that motherfucker. I'm trying to get a hold of him. I'm pretty sure he got locked up. I haven't heard from him forever. Fucking Thug Nasty.
Thug Nasty, yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's a long time listener, Thug Nasty was this guy I worked with, who hooked up with our GM. And that's a funny story. I'll look it up if you all want to listen to it. I'll happily I'll find it for you all. That way you can reference it. But this guy, I mean, ex-con, in and out of prison, fucking like prison tats all over his body, big dude, scary motherfucker. Dude, we got along so well, man. It was so cool, dude. He'd open up to me and talk about one of his homeboys, he was worried about, he was talking about his family life, how he would, like, I'm not gonna say he didn't cry, but there was points, you get that stare, you kind of look at the floor, and he's like, you kind of like really open up.
You move.
Yeah, and it was cool because I shit you not, dude. Like later on that day, like he hit me up. Hey man, I just wanted to tell you, man. Like I really appreciate you, like letting me like talk to you. And I was like, dude, yeah, man. I mean, of course, anytime you want, man. Like I'm here for you. I kept in touch with him after he left the bakery. I stayed in touch with him. I checked up with him once in a while. And later on, he would tell me, hey, by the way, I appreciate you, like check on me once in a while. Because nobody ever fucking does. Nah, dude, like you're good people, man. Like you ever need anything, I got your back. Just let me know what the fuck. We stayed in touch for a while. That's why he moved up to Dallas, and I'm pretty sure he got locked up because after one point he dropped off. And I've been talking to him a couple of days prior, so I was like, "Fuck, dude." I'm hoping that all that happened was he got locked up. To be honest, because I mean, he had a history, so I was like, "Man, I hope he just got locked up." That's it. I've reached out to the people that he knows on his social media. Hey, man, have you heard from Jose? And nobody's gotten back to me. I'm like, "Fucking shit, dude." I hate not knowing.
Yeah.
Again, he's good people, dude. Upon seeing him, you're like, "Oh shit." Like it's like kind of person you see walking on the sidewalk. You kind of go to the other side. And like, nah, dude, sweetest fucking guy, man. A good father, a good husband. I mean, just cool as shit, man. Just just bad luck,
Yeah. Yeah, someone just gets how do you say a bad deck of cards,
Like what's the thing? Okay, I know we're gonna talk about racism, but no, let's talk about just the thing, because I've been watching the show Chicago PD. I know I told you I started watching it earlier this week. I've been like just running through it, and one's a really good show. If anybody's not watched it, came out in 2014. So the seasons are like 20 episodes. Fucking, it's a long show, and I think it's still going.
Yeah.
And it's like Chicago Med, Chicago FD, and Chicago PD. They all like cross over at some point. So you have to watch all of them to keep up. I haven't. So I'm at this point, so I'm like, wait, what happened here? What the fuck?
With the storyline and shit.
Yeah. I'm like, I get lost. Wait, when did they get killed? Wait, they're dead now? When did that happen? What the fuck?
Right.
But it's still a good show. But one thing I noticed though is that like the racial profiling is it's like the writing is very specific. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like they try to keep up with like the times and shit. Like there's an episode where like Black Lives Matter comes up. You care about Black Lives Matter? Like I was like, oh my god, I forgot it was that time period, like 2016 when the shit blew up and shit. It was like,
you're one of them.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, and I started thinking about that. Like that was one thing is that, like the one thing that I noticed in the show, anytime there's a witness to a crime, the officers on duty, they always ask the witness, what did you see, describe the perp, and they always ask, were they white, were they black? They always say, were they white first? If they ever ask, if they initiate it, like if they actually initiate it, there's sometimes when it's the the witness, they say it first. He was white. Like it's almost like if somebody was paying attention, I want to say about 50-50, the crimes are like black and white, but I kind of want to assume that the show makes it to where like it's like just a small percentage.
It's not discriminatory.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, because there's a few like Mexicans in there every once in a while too, but it's mostly black and white though. It's majority black and white.
Yeah, well, it's Chicago. I mean, how many Mexicans are in fucking Chicago?
Oh yeah,
I know we're down there.
now that's funny though. They're always involved though. They're always involved.
There's always a Mexican there.
Yeah, the PD's got everybody. It's very interracial. There's a couple Mexican cops. There's several white cops, of course. There's one black cop that he goes back and forth. He starts at the bottom, works his way in investigations. Now there's a black commander. I just started the 4th season. They finally introduced another Asian. There was an Asian in the very first season, but he got killed off. And he was a good character, so I'm assuming it was probably like a contract thing. They finally brought back another Asian. In the 3rd season, there was an Asian, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was the guy. He was the villain in Fast and the Furious, the second one.
Okay, I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
The second one.
The second one.
No, the second.
No. It was the first one. It was the first one.
Yeah, he was the guy. They came into my house.
That's right. Yeah.
My family was
he's the one. He's the one that kills the mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the first one. Sorry. He still looks the same though. Fucking shit. Yeah. He hasn't aged a bit. Like 30 years later, he looks exactly the same. Like fuck, man. I wish I was Asian. Shit.
Yeah, I know. He was in another one. I think like a SWAT one, or maybe it was Chicago PD. But yeah.
Well, it's funny because he plays a doctor in the cameos that he comes out in Chicago PD. So I'm pretty sure he's actually originally from Chicago Med. So for all I know, he's been there for a couple of seasons. I don't know, but he pops up in Chicago Med. Sorry, in Chicago PD. And now the 4th season just started. In the very first episode, they introduced a brand new Asian cop and a female, nonetheless, a female too. Of course, you got to keep it diverse. It's female. I have not seen. Oh, okay. I'm only on the 4th season. I haven't seen any gay cops yet. Any gay cops or any trannies yet? I'm waiting for that one.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now I'm paying attention. Now it's on my list because I'm noticing all the little shit. You know where it started though? I was watching RoboCop, the RoboCop franchise. There is no racial profiling in that movie at all. I know we brought up in the last episode, but I want to bring it up again because like it's one thing I noticed that because I'm so programmed by like movies and shows. I'm always waiting for like a racial moment to happen, but it never happens in any of those movies. It was like, man, there was like not a whole lot of racism in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember any. I had a black friend in fucking elementary school.
What if they weren't putting it out on TV?
Exactly. I mean, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, like it wasn't like in our faces like it is now, basically.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's kind of the gimmick, It's like they're.
Well, I mean, they bring a lot of stuff up from the past or whatever because they say if we don't remember the past, we're gonna repeat it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if you think about it, maybe it's also to repress us too. Like a distraction. So like we're arguing over that's which is not an issue anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah. It's something that we don't have to fight about anymore. You know what I mean? It's something that we shouldn't be fighting about anymore, but we still are.
Because like it's crazy. Like here's the thing that bugs me. Like when you watch a lot of these TV shows and movies, especially a lot of these older ones, like 20 years plus, and further, like 30 years plus. And now there's some shows that go way further back. I'm talking like 50s and 60s. I watch a lot of time travel shows. That like go back, into those time periods, and of course those shows have to do it right because every once in a while you'll get some audience demographic that they lived through that time period, so you got to sell it right, obviously. But here's the crazy thing though, is that like one thing that I've noticed though is that, like 80s, 90s, now 2000s, there's these movies that depict a lot of prejudice, whether it be racial prejudice or sexual prejudice, and it's one thing that I've noticed though is that these shows came out in a lot of ways to show how things have changed from then to now. Now, here's the thing that I think is crazy is that like I watched the show Queer as Folk, and then later on I watched The L Word, and both of them came out in like similar time periods, right? The Queer as Folk came out in like 2000, and then I think L Word came out a few years later. And basically,
I remember Queer. We were still in high school.
Yeah, Queer as Folk, and I never watched it back then. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I wasn't very in touch with the gay community back then. Now I'm officially family, so it's all good.
I was a bit of a homophobe when I was young.
I just didn't know shit about it. I mean, I really didn't have a whole lot of like.
Really, that's what it was. I mean, it was just not an understanding, or it's just your character, your perspective of other people and stuff like that. You're a kid and this and that. And, you don't know about perspective, really,
like when I was growing up, like, and I never brought it before, and Joe already knows, but like my parents didn't really raise me. I was raised by like society and like my environment. So like there was nobody that nobody ever told me that any race was anyone to hate. So like my first like real friend that actually like knew for several years after kindergarten, I knew a couple people that switched schools. Pre-K I was there for like half a semester, and I was a fucking like 4-year-old. Didn't have a whole lot of kids growing up on my block. So my first actual friend was when I got to first grade. His name was Jonathan Fox, and this little black kid. Now, the only thing that we had in common was we were about the same height and we're the same age. That was good enough for me. That was it. Right. That's all that mattered to me. You know what I'm saying? I just got here. I don't know anybody. Hey, you're my height. We're both boys. How you doing? My name's David. That's my real name, by the way. I'm set on purpose. I don't give a shit. But that's all it took, making friends when you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever told me, no, don't make friends with those kinds of kids or those kinds of kids. Don't avoid these kinds of kids.
Like that. We never even learned the name. It's like, hey, kid.
Yeah.
Come here.
So we were friends for years, and like we fell out for a while. We actually reconnected a while back. We don't keep in touch a whole lot, but we do keep in touch now. But again, fast forward, years later, when you start, getting like wind of like homosexuality, and again, never came up in my family, never came up at all. Oddly enough, on my mom's side of the family, if there is, it's unbeknownst to me. I'm not aware of any gay people in my direct family, like any of my cousins. I don't know. There's a couple that I kind of wonder about, but nothing's been like confirmed. But that's it. Yeah. My stepdad's side of the family, I know that there is. My bio dad's side of the family, I know there is. I've met them at reunions. Yeah. So growing up, since I was more involved in my mom's side of the family than anybody else, wasn't really around, a lot of gay people. So I mean, again, no knowledge of it, no really understanding of it. My first real experience with the whole like gay community was when I was still in high school, when my friend Crowbar was dating this woman, and her she had a twin sister, and she was gay, and that was my introduction to the gay community. That was it.
Yeah. Okay,
and it wasn't like a weird prejudice thing, again, like no real understanding of it. Now, not even that long later, right after high school, there's a whole bunch of like details in between that. It's not important, but I ended up getting a job as a bar back at a gay club that was just barely up and coming. A friend of mine who I used to work with years ago just got hired there as a manager, gave me a job there. That was my hardcore like plunge into the gay community. That's when I met all these drag queens, all these gay folks. Everyone was hitting on me. This is back when I was still in my prime. I was still in really good shape. I was right out of high school. I got laid so much by so many hot chicks. Oh my God. My self-esteem and confidence went up through the fucking roof. I was an arrogant I went from this timid little kid to this fucking like cock of the walk, king shit on fuck mountain motherfucker, dude. Like, oh my God. I was so full of myself, man. I thought nothing was gonna fucking knock me off my fucking high horse, man. It was fucking great, dude. Like seriously, it was a good time, dude. That's why I tell everybody. I tell my, I mean, it's different now when you're older, but still applies today. If you're single, if you're still thinking about it, getting back on the horse and trying again. Hey, folks, guys, you need a gay friend, okay? Especially a good-looking gay friend, or just better yet, any feminine gay man. Make him your best fucking friend. Trust me, there's plenty of them out there, and they're all the fucking greatest people. And trust me, don't think they want to fuck you. Chances are, if you're still single, believe me, they don't want you. They can do a lot better. But they will help you get laid. They'll help you get laid. If they're a true friend, they will. I got laid so many times from my gay friends. Not one of my straight friends ever got me laid, ever. That's 1,000% true.
They're the best wingman for it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Again, I'm going to repeat that for the ones in the back. I have so many friends on so many occasions. They said, I'll get you laid, man. I'll get you laid. We go to the club, go to the bar. Okay, if I ever got laid, nobody ever gave me an assist. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. My friend Pretty Boy, who I just ran into this past week, I had not seen him in years. He got me laid one time on New Year's Eve. That's a story for another time. That's a story for another time. I will tell that story later on. We'll have a story time with Matt's Power, but we're running a little bit late. But that is a good story. Only because I just remember, oh shit, wait, there was one time. There was one time that a friend got me laid, but that was it. And that is a good story, but I'm not gonna tell that one right now. I'll try to remember that one later. But besides him, I've had several friends say, I'll get you laid, I'll get you laid. It never happens. They go home with somebody, I might go home with somebody, but if I do, it was by my own effort. But my gay friends, on the other hand, oh my God, I remember one short story I can say, only because this is all it took. This one chick came up to my beer well, and she had her cleavage all up, she was cute, short black hair, fucking, she had this whole goth thing going, black top, button down, and she's there with her gay friend, and I said, oh my God, I love your boobs. Can I touch them? Just like that, straight up. I'm 19 years old. I just throw it out there.
Right?
Her gay friend, God bless him. Let him touch your boobs.
That's funny.
That's a true story. I swear to Christ. True story. She let me touch her when I was there. Oh my God, this was so awesome. She came back to my well a few times. I took her home that night.
Nice.
Right?
You touched him just right.
Turns out she had a boyfriend, but hey, fuck it. I got mine. It's all good.
Right.
I found that out later because I had a second job and I ran into her and her boyfriend at my other job. I was like, oh, that's why she never called me back. Okay, good to know. At least I know. At least I know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
and I was handsomely rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
So
no. For the record though, because she did ghost me, I have to say this: Carmen really is a motherfucker. Because I did run into her a couple of years later, and man, she got fat.
She got fat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened.
First thing I thought, I was like, man, she used to be so hot. What the fuck happened? And she's just one of many. She's just one of many. That's why I wonder, man. Oh my God, am I cursed? Like, if you fuck me over, are you gonna get fat later?
Right.
It sounds weird, but the moment after I said that, oh my God, you know what? She was one of, but there was a few other ones too that like they ghosted me. They got fat later. Like, is that just a weird coincidence? And they don't have kids either. Okay, now I sound like an asshole. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I asked that last statement be stricken from the record.
Right.
No, I'm not fat shaming. It's just a weird coincidence that I noticed. Hey, actually that's kind of weird though. Actually, I know a few women that ghost me and they end up getting a lot of weight later on. And the nice ones that we stay in touch with, they all still look great. They do, by the way. My friend Debbie, she still looks amazing, dude. Shit, 20 years later, she looks fucking great for her age, man. Seriously. But anyways, okay. Wow. So that's all I want to say, though. I mean, like, last thing I want to say about the Jim Carrey thing, though. I'll send you a couple of clips. I want your opinion because I want you to see the videos that I've seen that are supposedly of Jim Carrey. And it's like, you can tell when it's like AI shit. It's like, nah, dude, like this person is supposed to be Jim Carrey, but you watching the way he carries himself, his face, his eyes, like, like everything. And me being somebody, I've been a Jim Carrey fan back since Ace Ventura, back shit, even before that, Living Color. I've been a Jim Carrey fan since
Marshall Bill.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Back in the day. So I know Jim Carrey's face, the way he carries himself, the way he talks, the way he's doing on life, he's like in talk shows. I've been following that motherfucker since I was like fucking a kid. So I know Jim Carrey when I see him, and I know when that's not Jim Carrey. And again, These are like close-up shots of him. Like, that's not Jim Carrey. I mean, I've even commented, like, I've seen videos. I'm like, right away, the only comment I put in there, that's not Jim Carrey. Like, that's not. Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing you can tell me that's gonna make me believe. Oh, there's no fucking way. That's not him, dude. There's been again like the beard. I've seen I haven't seen the double with the beard, but I mean, I've seen Jim Carrey, the actual Jim Carrey.
Oh, the VMA award where he comes out with the beard and
Yeah.
the glasses like a hippie.
Like, I've seen him with a full beard on a few occasions, and I've seen him with long hair on a few occasions. But the way he had his long hair in those instances is not the same way that this character has his long hair. It's like, it's not the same though. Like, okay, you've had long hair, you've had it longer than you have it right now. I've had long hair way longer than I have right now. And our hair goes, back and forth, but it always grows the same fucking way. It doesn't just magically fucking change. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too that I saw is in the double photos, it's always him with long hair. I'm like, I've seen Jim Carrey with long hair. It doesn't look like that. Like, people with long hair notice things like that. Like, no, your hair doesn't just change like that, dude. Like, you always have the same type of hair. You could dress it up a little bit, but it's still gonna look the same no matter what. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with the dude because, again, like I said, he said the things that he said, on camera in front of a live audience. And who are the other people that have done that that have gotten disappeared? Michael Jackson, Prince, George Carlin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. A lot of people have gotten silenced, quote unquote, for speaking up in a position to where they knew that no matter what you did or said, this is going to be on record. People are going to remember this shit, and it's going to come up later. So now I'm starting to wonder, dude. Like, again, because he dropped off the grid for a while. He just wanted to be done with Hollywood, and then now this, like, also he's like all over the place. And it's like, well, wait a minute, I thought this guy dropped off. That's the thing too. Like, he's been off for a minute. He said he was done with the shit. Now he's coming up all over the place. It's like, wait a minute, I thought he was done. I don't know. It's just something to think about. But
right. Yeah, no, I mean it's crazy, but I mean if he did whatever, if anything happened to him, I mean he's just another name on the list.
I know. Oh, last thing, real quick. Okay, then we will start shutting it down. Because as stated before, we are not going to drop this. Let's briefly talk about the Epstein files, and besides the newly declared war in Iran, and then the admission that yes, UFOs exist. And I mean it like. The reason I have to say it that way, introduce it that way, is because when Joy and I started the podcast, it's the very first thing we talked about. Actually, I went back. The very first thing we talked about was the shooting that happened in El Paso, which I still believe was a scam, because I mean it just didn't add up. But that was the start of many things that occurred shortly after that. Was distraction after distraction after distraction, and it was in the midst of the Epstein scandal occurring. I think it was like the second episode that we started the podcast. I think it was like I think the first episode hadn't happened yet. I think it was the second one when Epstein didn't kill himself. I need to go back and check and confirm that. But that's when all that shit blew up. And in one of our earlier episodes, we had said how, what if the government's plan is just to say, okay, yeah, we have been doing this, but what are you gonna do about it?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't you gotta go to work tomorrow? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Don't you got bills to pay? Yeah, that's what I thought. Get back to work, bitch. Don't you got kids to raise, kids to feed? Isn't your girlfriend mad at you because of that fight you got into last night? You don't got time for this shit, man. You don't got time to worry about how we are fucking you over every goddamn day. You got real problems to deal with. Isn't that kind of what our president said earlier? Talking about how, we shouldn't be worried about the Epstein files anymore. We have other things to deal with. Our president said that, by the way. Not in those words, but that's literally what he said. I was like, wait, what? Oh, so you're saying that sexual crimes against children is something that should be seen as, it happened. Hey, let's just forget about that shit. That's not important anymore. I mean, it's not like those people are still around. Oh, wait, they are. It's not like I'm on that list. Oh, wait, I am. It's not like a lot of people that I know that are important that could come after me are on that list. Oh, wait, shit. They're on that list too. But hey, we have more important shit to worry about. To me. And that's what matters. What's important to me is what matters in this country. Why? Because I'm the fucking president, motherfuckers. And you're all gonna do what the fuck I say. You know why?
I'm the
Because
one that tells you what's urgent. Ooh.
the other one. Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta pull it up because I tagged Kenny in it because I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Because remember I think we had him on the show when he said it too. When we were talking about fucking Trump and what's it called? Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the fucking group page.
Ugh.
We were talking about Trump and fucking Kenny's like, oh, he's like Lord Farquaad, you know, he's like some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to take. And it was fucked up because like I saw a meme of Trump at a press conference and what his quote, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, are you serious? And like immediately underneath it, it was fucking Lord Farquaad, the quote. Let me see. Here it is. Okay, is President Trump wearing a white USA cap? By the way, you know that was fucking branding. Okay, we have to get rid of the MAGA caps. We're gonna give you a white USA cap to wear from now on because a lot of MAGA voters and supporters are realizing that you fucked up in a lot of ways. So we got to get everybody else back on board. So now you're wearing a white USA cap, okay? And the words are, the lives of courageous American heroes may be lost. That often happens in war. That really, and again, no, that might not be a verbatim quote, but when I read it, I was like, that does literally sound like something Donald Trump would say. Like,
hey, you know, people, it's like, hey, it's war, people die.
Yeah, that often happens in war. And then immediately underneath it, you have Lord Farquaad. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And I was like, I tagged Katie, and I was like, dude, you called it. You fucking called it. You fucking said it first years ago, man. He's like Lord Farquaad, man. He just doesn't even care, you know. People will die. Oh, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And he literally said that. Like, oh my god, Kenny, he totally fucking called it years ago. God, dude. This is our president, ladies and gentlemen. This is the person that's in charge of one of the fucking strongest military fucking, groups in the world. And he's picking fights with other nations that, guess what? They're not fucking pushovers, some of these people. And there are other groups that are way, way more powerful than they are. You know what they're doing? Just watching the show, just waiting. Like, oh man, China, not to throw Russia under the bus, but let's be honest. I mean, because they easily could. And there's other nations too that are still growing, younger nations. I mean, a lot of shit's going on in Europe right now. There's a lot of places right now that have never really been superpowers. They've just kind of been on the sidelines, just being comfortable. And there's a lot of nations that are already superpowers that are watching us having a fucking pissing contest. And they're just waiting for the fucking smoke to settle. And they're going to come over and say, all right, now that you children are done, guess what? Now we're in charge. And we're going to take over. It's like when you're at a restaurant, or really any business for that matter. And like somebody comes in, like new management comes in, and they say, okay, I'm going to read off the list. And everybody on this list, you step onto the left side of the room. And I'm going to read another list, and everybody, and all you guys go to the right side of the room. Okay, thank you. Now, everybody on the right side of the room, clean out your lockers because you are fired. Thank you for your service. You have a great day. Everybody on the left side of the room.
Everybody on the right side of the room is management. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what fucking happens.
You're right. They cleared everything because guess what? We will train you guys to work how we want you to. All you motherfuckers are going to be the ones trying to fuck everything up to run it the way you used to.
I didn't get hired at a hotel job because I had too much experience.
That's true.
They straight up told me, they were like, you know what? I love that you have all the experience you have. You're awesome, this and that. They're like, but we want someone that has no hotel experience because the thing is you have habits from working at other hotels and this and that because you know how the system works and you understand and this and that. So you do things a certain way, and we want somebody fresh so we can teach them.
Oh man, you know what?
The way we want them to work.
Dude, that's crazy because you know what? Now I have a theory because there's two people that work at the McDonald's that I go to, and I'm not risking anything because they're never gonna listen to this, but there's two people that have been there for a minute now. Well, there's actually a few, but there's two people that I'm thinking of in particular that they're older. I want to say one of them is in his 40s. The other one is that older woman, the one that calls me Antonio.
Yeah.
I want to assume that she's like in her late 40s, if not early 50s. And now McDonald's is one of the few places that you'll see besides Mexican restaurants that you'll see older people working there because it's they'll hire anybody and anybody can do the job. And I'm not trying to be condescending, but I'm saying is it's the one place that when you get to a point where I just need a fucking job, you're like, fuck, I'll go work at McDonald's. I've seen literally every walk of life working at McDonald's of all ages, shapes, and sizes. Everybody.
And I mean, I'm not trying to, like you said, condescend. I mean, but it's kind of idiot proof, bro.
Mhm.
You fucking drop the fries, you push a button.
Yeah, anybody,
You push a button.
That's
you know what I mean? As long as you're attentive and you pay attention, fucking, that's all you need to do is just listen for the beat. Fucking monkey could do it.
Like it's true. Like my McDonald's was my mom's first job. Some of my friends, growing up, that was their first job because McDonald's, like Joey said, it's idiot proof. It's one job you can literally go into during high school.
McDonald's was my first job as well.
You can go to McDonald's with absolutely no work experience at all. Even like at the house, like you never washed a dish in your life, never done any housework at all. You can go to McDonald's and they'll hire you, they'll train you, they'll teach you a lot of shit that you can actually take and apply to real life. It's the truth. Okay. Yeah. Again, that's why I'm not condescending it. So no, it's a good job.
No. Well, that's where I started. Is the stuff that I learned from McDonald's. I went to China Rose, and I implemented a lot of the stuff that I learned. So like I was a little ahead with sanitation and times and shit like that, FIFO and whatever stuff. So like whatever, and then I learned from there. And then I went to another restaurant, and then I learned their ways, and I just add, just take what you need, and and you get a good foundation working at different restaurants because everybody has a different style, but it's all got pretty much the same foundation.
Like it's funny, like I heard this a while back, and it was funny because I never thought of it this way, but I mean I kind of did, but never really broke it down the way this person described it. It was like trying to say how you. I said this before, how some people work at a certain job for a certain amount of time, and they know, they know the service industry. Like, sorry, actually, I'll speak about restaurants. Restaurants or bars, like you work at a certain restaurant or a certain bar for like 10, 20 years, right? And you know the ins and outs, of the industry, or so you think. But what thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is, the ins and outs of that particular location, that particular establishment. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally.
Man, have you ever been transferred to another fucking store?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
And that's what I'm saying. Like
it's like going into fucking fuck, that was good. Fuck, man, it's totally different. You know what I mean? It's fucking shit. I'm fucking like It's pretty much not the same. You're like, what the fuck? And it's like, yeah, well, this and that. That's how we do it here and whatever. But the thing is, too, is if you know the foundation and whatever, it's like, all right, that's right. You know what? That does make sense. That whatever, But if you don't know, you're like, fuck that shit. We don't do this shit like that, And it's just being open-minded and stuff, you can always learn something new, and yeah, I always keep that mentality everywhere I go to go work, and I think that's why I'm successful when I am working, because all I want to do is learn. It's like, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? And I try to learn as much as I can. Like some people fucking at some places they were like, man, you're a brown noser. You're always talking to management and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm talking. I don't tell them because I'm not going to tell them what I'm trying to do, because as soon as you do that, the motherfucker's going to try to do what you're doing and try to get the promotion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you can't tell motherfuckers what you're doing and this and that. But it's like I'm always talking to them because I'm trying to figure out how this fucking place runs. I'm trying to figure out what they do on a day to day. I'm trying to figure out whatever, because you know what? I don't plan to be here all day. I plan to be where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to learn.
I need to see what their day to day is about and understand it, so I could get there faster. You know what I'm saying?
Like
And
like for me, like
yeah,
I guess like what I was trying to say, like really and overall is that like I worked at so many different restaurants and I met people that had the same time frame as far as I worked in service industry this fucking long, and like, yeah, but how many? And then they always ask the same questions. What place did you work before? And it was always funny to me because especially when I moved to San Antonio, it was like him going, well, the places that I worked at are not here in San Antonio, so you wouldn't recognize them. And I learned that after a few years of working in San Antonio, I realized all the bars and restaurants I worked at, you wouldn't recognize them because they're not here. But I was like, well, I have this much years of experience, and I'm thinking to myself, it's funny. I realized that like I met so many people that worked in the same amount of time frame, but in the same restaurants or only a handful of restaurants. When me, I worked at several restaurants at a time in some periods, and sometimes three at a time.
Yeah.
Because it's all part time. So I work at like 3 restaurants at a time, 3 bars at a time in some cases. I work like certain bars, certain restaurants are bars in the morning, certain restaurants are bars in the evening, certain Montrose I worked on Saturdays. You know what I mean? Like it was all over the place.
I remember when they mentioned there sometimes it's just like I'm going to work. I'm like, motherfucker, it's like lunch.
Yeah, so no,
like, I just got off of work. I'm like, I just came. I've only been at work a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Because I was a bad employee for a little while downtown because the bar opened at 11 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
And it was a block from where I worked, and I had a radio. So I learned that my radio worked at the bar. So instead of sitting at work waiting for my radio to go off, I would sit at the bar
Nice.
and wait for my fucking radio to go off.
That's hilarious.
And it was funny, dude, because remember Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Joe was the day shift guy, so I'd go in at 11. Joe would fucking lower the fucking jukebox and everything so I can hear my radio and everything, and fucking yeah, dude, I would just sit there and talk with Joe all fucking morning and shit, and hey, I got a call, I'll be right back. And I leave my beer there, I run to the hotel, do whatever I had to do,
and come back to the bar.
Go back to the bar and I'll finish my beer.
Well, anyways, we do this wrapping up, but the point I was trying to make though, I know that's good. Not we'll keep going, but no, I mean the point I was trying to make though is that like having worked several different places, I thought to myself, man, that 20 years of working in bars and restaurants, it's taking me like 60 years. You think about it, because it's like, I worked at so many different places, incorporated all of those different ways of doing things into each job. And it wasn't just bars and restaurants. I worked at a lot of different places. My very first job was actually working for a computer company. I literally built computers from scratch. Now I can't do that nowadays. I mean that those computers are obsolete. I mean you couldn't even find the parts nowadays. But that's what I did. It was my first job. And then I did telemarketing. I mean, I've done sales. I've done door to door. I've done literally everything you think of, minus shoveling shit. I've done it. That's why. Like, I mean, when I was I
haven't done telemarketing.
I've done some gross shit too. That's why it was funny when I was never a dishwasher. I worked in so many restaurants, and I never worked back of the house. I worked in back of the house when I moved to San Antonio. And I went straight to fucking dishwasher, and then a few jobs. They asked, "Hey, do you want to train as line cook?" And I did it a few times. And I am doing those kinds of jobs before I had other jobs doing like maintenance work, like janitorial work, to where you got to get your hands dirty. Now, minus human waste, shit, piss, I'm cool with. I don't give a fuck. You make me clean toilets, bitch. You're gonna pay me a little more for that shit. Cause I don't do that shit. I'm sorry. That's where I draw the line. But everything else, I'm like, I don't really care. And there's been times, I'm there like cleaning out the gutters, cleaning out the fucking drains, pulling out shit, what the fuck. And people see me do it without gloves. And they're like, "You're not even wearing gloves?" I go, "I'm gonna wash my hands right afterwards." And if I cut myself with glass, the glove ain't gonna do shit. So you see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just thinking logically. I'm saving you fucking product, bro. Sorry, fucking not product, you know what I mean? But it's funny because I would get that a lot. People would see me like, "Oh man, the gutters are fucking clogged." And I'm there reaching in, they're like, "Dude, you're never wearing gloves." Like, and I'm gonna wash. Dude, I wash my. Dude, it's like I work in the dish pit.
Hey, I don't know if you read that sign, but we're supposed to wash our hands like every 30 minutes or every
dude,
hour.
it's funny. I wouldn't even say that.
If we touch this cross contamination, we have to wash our hands.
No, it's funny.
Wash our hands every 15 minutes. And shit.
It's funny. I wouldn't even say that. No, it's funny. I go, dude, I'm a dishwasher, right? I literally wash my hands.
I wash my hands all day.
I literally wash my hands all fucking day, bro. My hands are probably the cleanest hands in this entire fucking building. So trust me, dude.
I could probably stick my hand in here, pull it out, and it'll be cleaner than yours.
I probably could. shit. That's probably true. God damn.
Uh-huh.
Hey, and also explains why I never get sick. I've been exposed to so many fucking toxic shit. My body's just immune to everything.
Too. I whatever fucking chemicals and all sorts of shit. And they're like, be careful, you need to wear a mask to whatever, and people pass out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I'll grab the chemical and just pour it in there and fucking they're like, you didn't put a mask on? I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Hey, I got a big old hit. I
wish I could remember the scene from fucking The Boys when they hit fucking Soldier Boy with a Halifax, and he grabs the fucking.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, he grabs the mask, puts it in his face.
He's like, oh.
And he's like, he's like, oh yeah.
Hell yeah. He's like, fuck yeah. He's
like, man, that guy knows how to party.
Like one time too, like when I was working in the oil field, we were doing some cleaning shit, so we had chemicals, and we were like cleaning barrels and stuff, and like some of the barrels had acid, some of them had oil, all sorts of different chemicals, and we were cleaning them, and they're like, you need to be careful because there's like acid in there and this and that, and my acid in there getting fucking splashing, fucking all fucking wet. I'm getting shit in my eyes.
Real badass.
Yeah, dude, my eyes would start burning. I would just close them till they stop. And I'm like, all right, and I get back to work. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and that's how like I am where I work. Like, I mean, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Like, I ain't gonna take all this safety protocols and it's like
it's funny. Okay, I swear to God, it was funny though. Okay, and we guys are wrapping up, but we'll close that portion of the show on this note. Would be fucking crazy is if, like, God forbid, of course, like somewhere way down the line, I don't think the show's on anymore. But like if it happens, I'll pitch it. I'll put you up on like fucking 1,000 Ways to Die. And he's like, oh yeah, back when he was younger, he consumed all these chemicals, mostly on his skin and his eyes. He thought it to be nothing. But little did he know, it was slowly eating away his body from the inside, and it would take 20 years to kill him.
He ended up with dementia.
Like it just took that long to run its course, but it all stemmed from all that pain. Like, I'm fine, I'll be good. All right, I'm good. I can get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking
up. Exposure.
Like, yeah, exposure. It just took that long to fucking take its course and shit.
Hey, I was microdosing.
Exactly. Shit.
That's why it didn't kill me, because I was microdosing. It didn't kill me right away.
Exactly. It had a fester for a little while. Like.
And that's why the immune system is so fucking strong. It's because all the
it's been fighting this shit for so fucking long. Okay, all right, we get.
It's been fighting things that are so fucking strong for so long that now it's like you get the code and it's like, oh, bitch.
All right, I can't do this anymore. That's too much for me. That's too much for me. No, man. Okay. Okay. Last thing, only because you brought that up. Last thing, and then we'll start shutting it down. Only because this has been popping up a lot lately. I mean, I know you see all those fucking ads for pharmaceuticals, but like, this one's been popping up a lot lately, like AIDS medications, and like,
we were talking about that, yeah.
Like, okay, like I know we did not eradicate AIDS. I know that, but AIDS was not like a thing that people to be worried about since the fucking 90s. And now I keep seeing all these commercials for like AIDS medication, and it's like, okay, like I know we didn't get rid of it. I know it's not gone, but like, since when did it become a really big problem all of a sudden again?
Oh yeah, that you have to make a commercial and promote this medicine, and
even if you don't have it, you should take this medication just in case.
That's what I was just about to say. Oh, and even if you don't have it, still take it, because it'll prevent you from getting it. And it's like, yeah, right, bitch.
Yeah, it's essentially trying to fucking make me try some drugs that's gonna fuck up my body that I don't actually need. I don't even need to take this, but you're gonna make me take it to see what it does to me. Because then they read all the side effects, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you know what ended up happening though, right? It's like, oh yeah, well, normal people started taking it, and they started losing weight, like diabetic medicine.
Yeah.
A lot of them they caused the people to lose weight.
Ozempic.
That was actually I signed up for a study
Oh, you did?
For a diabetic. Back in the day when I was young, working for the school district, we had months where we wouldn't work, so we would go out and a couple of like bus drivers and whatever, we'd go try to find like part-time shits.
Yeah.
And one of them was studies. They were like, "There's this study.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna pay us like fucking like $800. We're only gonna be there a week, and this and that, whatever." And I was like, "All right." So I went with them, and out of the 5, 3 of us got accepted. Well, not us. I got rejected.
Good for you.
But
Good for
it
you.
was my fault. I would talk before I would think.
Okay.
So but yeah, it was a diabetic medicine, and they said that it was the people that were taking it were losing weight. And so they were like, well, maybe this could be used as a dietary supplement or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's what the whole clinical trial, not clinical, well, the whole whatever thing was. And yeah, it was going to be about a week. We were going to get like $800. I think it was like 800 to like almost 1,000.
Yeah.
For being there a week. And yeah, it was like a hotel, you stay there, they inject you, some get placebo, some don't. And, it was to see if it was, if it would work as a dietary supplement. But I got denied because my dumbass said that I smoke.
Oh, really? Really? Wow.
Yeah, when they're doing like the health and the
Cigarettes?
assessment and all this shit,
Cigarettes?
they were like, "Do you smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah, I smoke." Like real confident and whatever. I was like, "Yeah, I smoke a little bit, this and that, or whatever."
Cigarettes, right?
And they were like, "Oh, okay."
But it's cigarettes, right?
And
Cigarettes, right?
cigarettes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, cigarettes. I was talking about cigarettes.
Well, I want to make sure. No, man. I'm assuming. Because that would make
I don't know
sense.
whatever
No.
about weed.
No, no, man. You
But,
never know. But no. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, because it's a fucking it's a dietary supplement. Yeah, that would make sense. So that would be a reason. Like, no, hold on, we don't want to because if he's a smoker, that might like inhibit it. What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. So and I was all bummed out. So after because we all went at the same time, so we all got interviewed and this and that, and then we went to lunch, and we're sitting there eating lunch and we're talking about it and whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, well, I got denied and this and this and this," and they're like, "Well, what'd you tell them?" And they were all concerned and like, "What'd you do?"
Right. We all got
And they
accepted.
were
What the
like,
fuck?
they take everybody.
Yeah, we all got accepted. What did you say?
Yeah, because the lady they didn't take her because she wasn't already on medication. Well, she was on medication.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So they didn't take her because of that.
Yeah.
And well, talking to them and telling them whatever, they said they didn't take me because I said that I smoke.
That makes sense.
And they were like, "You shouldn't have told them that you smoke." And I was like, "Well, I was just trying to be honest." And they're like, "Yeah, but they just don't tell them." It's like, "Are you one of those people that have to smoke and da 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 da?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Yeah, you should have just told them no." Because you know how there's some people that, "Oh, I need a cigarette," and they, they're addicted. And I was like, "Yeah, because oh, well, I gotta go out and smoke a cigarette. I gotta go, and how are you gonna have a what is it called? For lack of the explanation, a proper study without, being able to control your variables."
Oh yeah.
And then still at that, it's still, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you don't know what I mean.
No, sure.
Yeah, you have to control the variables and this and that, So someone going outside to go smoke a cigarette, you never know. That motherfucker can be like, "Hey, bring me McDonald's." And, the cousin is throwing cheeseburgers over the fence. You know what I mean? It's like, it needs to be a controlled experiment.
There you go.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of variables and shit like that. So it was like, I understood, I wasn't really upset. And it was just the money. I was like, damn, I could have made $800 in like a week.
No, like right now, like the reason about the AIDS thing. I mean, it goes down to that. So, they're trying to like scare us into taking medications that we don't actually need, which is scary as shit. Because that's because the side effects they've already determined will happen to you are horrific.
Yeah, they already know.
But they're still pretty.
What it is they want a percentage.
Yeah, they're
okay, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Okay, how many people is this gonna happen to?
Now here's the thing. Here's the reason why. And a lot of people now this is gonna scare some people, and then we're gonna close on this note.
And it goes back to like Fight Club. If X is more than whatever, then we don't do a recall.
Oh, but okay. That's a good way to end this little note. What I was trying to say was really quickly, and I'm gonna add Joey's thought there really quickly to kind of mesh them together. Like what I was trying to say was that we're these drugs, they already have an idea of what they're gonna do to us based on studies so far. But I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is today, but last time I checked, the FDA everything they implement into our country is based on like a 10-year frame. When they introduced the e-cigarettes, I said for a fact, okay, and again, I'm talking about the e-cigarettes, the ones that actually they still sell them, but they look like cigarettes, but and then they were cheap too. And I said, well, it'll
I said they called them right there. The e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
So bad.
And it even came out in a movie with Johnny Depp. But even I said right off the bat, and I tried it. I'm not gonna lie, I tried it. I was curious. I was still trying to. I was trying to quit smoking for 10 fucking years, but I said out loud to myself, it's gonna take about 10 years to determine if this is worse or better for us, but we had to wait until then to find that out. And lo and behold, in that time period, they introduced other devices, but in that time period was when the vapes, not these right away. These came out later. I'm showing my vape, by the way. There was those came out a little bit later, but there was like other types of e-cigarettes, and it was in that 10-year time frame. But it was also the same time that all of these quote unquote studies came out stating how all of these new illnesses were coming out or being developed because of the e-cigarette. One of them was popcorn lung. Kenny broke that one down for me. I already forgot the details of it, but that's just one example. But there's a few that supposedly were caused by the e-cigarette. Now, the only reason I bring this up is because even these vapes, it's all things in moderation. I tell everybody, hey, let's just find out. 10 years. It's gonna take 10 years to find out.
You don't fucking suck it like you're trying to get off a goddamn robot.
Exactly. I don't do that. I puff this shit, dude. I mean, the way I smoke this thing is not even the way I smoke cigarettes. I don't cough with this thing. I'm not short of breath. I don't know if it's killing me or not. All I know is that compared to cigarettes, it's a lot cheaper and I can breathe a hell of a lot better. Now,
I smoke them the way I smoke a cigar.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's literally how I do it. That's literally how I do it.
I inhale just a little bit of it.
Just to get the taste. That's literally how I do it. I do the exact same way. No bullshit. That's exact. I told Ray that one time. He's like, "It wasn't even the point." No, I smoke a cigar. I don't inhale it. I puff it.
You're not supposed to inhale a cigar.
I do it for the flavor.
I inhale cigars.
I
smoke cigarillos like cigarettes.
I smoke cigars. I take a little bit of it just to get that char in your throat, but not to the point where it makes you hack. You know what I mean? That's why with these with the vapes, that's why I always buy different flavors. Because again, like you said, it's like smoking a cigar. I want it for the flavor, and then that little bit of a burn in my throat, but not to where I'm fucking hacking. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
And to me, compared to smoking a cigarette, a lot better. Just saying, and a lot cheaper. I save a shitload of money that alone. But to go back to what Joey said, though, as far as the pharmaceuticals and how they're experimenting on us, in the movie Fight Club, he was talking about how it was. I mean, if I can remember it correctly, it was basically was. This is true today, by the way. This still happens today. This has not changed in the automotive industry. If say, and I'm not gonna go details, but say and something happens to a car because the tests that were done were not done properly, and a car accident happens, and this happens several times because it still happens today. This is why there's car recalls on a regular basis. The reason the call for a recall is based on circumstances. How many times did the accident happen, and how much did it cost? On average, the average out of court settlements. Because most likely the car companies have enough money to do that. It's probably happened to a poor family. That's why the car fucking just blew up in the first place, because it was a shitty fucking car. So what they'll do is they do the average of the average out of court settlement. If the cost of the average court settlement is less than the cost of a recall, they don't do one. If it's going to cost us more to do a recall, then guess what? Hey, good luck. 1 out of 10 is gonna blow up on you, but hopefully it's not you. And it's crazy. That's all these pharmaceuticals are. This is what we know for a fact this drug is going to do for you, but it hasn't been on the market long enough yet to know everything it does for you. So if you're willing to do it, give it a shot. Hey, you won't get AIDS. I'm like, wait, what? I won't get AIDS? So I don't already have it. No, you don't already have it. But I mean, hey, you never know. For the record.
No, and then you find out it's like the flu shot.
Right.
It's like we gave you just a little bit of AIDS so they can fight the AIDS.
No shit, right? That'd be fucked up. That'd be fucked up, dude. Imagine they're giving everybody AIDS. Imagine. Yeah. Dude, that'd be so fucked up.
The flu shot is they're just
implementing
the virus into your body so your immune system can fight it. So when you do get the virus, your body can already distinguish it.
Okay. God. Okay, I have one last thing to say, and we can proceed with our final thoughts because this is a good thing to close on. Based on what you said right there, because you're absolutely right. Let it be known, as I stated before, I cannot remember the last time I got sick, right? And I did get the flu once a few years ago when I did San Antonio. The first year in San Antonio, I got the flu. I cannot remember the last time I did before that. But here's the funny thing about it: I said I cannot remember the last time I got a flu shot. I'm not even sure if I've ever gotten one. To be honest, for the record, I do not know. I have to ask my mom.
I get them when I work for Northside because they were free.
If I have that, that's interesting. If I have gotten a flu shot, it was probably when I was a kid.
I used to be able to take my mid-shift off.
No shit. If I have gotten a flu shot, I have to ask my mom. And if I have, it was probably when I was a kid. So I've only gotten the flu one time my entire life, and it was in my 30s. And since then, and before then, I never get sick. So that be on the record. And also, since we're talking about HIV and AIDS, over the course of my life, I've had a lot. And I mean a lot of unprotected sex. I don't
mean to toot my own horn, but
a lot of oh no, not just a lot of sex, a lot of unprotected sex. Okay.
Yeah.
Let it be known. And this isn't bragging rights.
Bunch of bitches.
This is not bragging rights saying that my numbers are high, because I know people their numbers are way higher than mine. Ray, for example. I'm surprised this motherfucker's dick hasn't fallen off by now. But I will say this though. I cannot remember the last time that I wore a condom. And guess what? The last time I did have an STD was back in my early 20s. And it's the one STD, if you know, then you know. If you're a dude, everybody pretty much gets it, man. I mean, come on. Because when you're in your 20s, you're stupid. I'll be fine. They're like, oh, shit. This fucking hurts. Son of a bitch. But then you find out it goes away after a few days. It's all good. Ladies, unfortunately, go get checked. That can get really bad. But if you're a dude, a little bit of discomfort, it passes. Don't worry about it. You can take some antibiotics, though. You can't take some antibiotics, but that costs money. Dude, hey, don't take drugs. Tough it out. Be a man. That being said, we're gonna go and proceed with a.
We found out Dave died of syphilis. It just ate his brain.
Syphilis is a whole different story. Syphilis is a whole different story. Syphilis fucks up your brain, man. When I heard about
that's what killed Capone.
Shut up! Fuck! Wait, really?
Capone died of syphilis.
I didn't know that.
Syphilis just ate his brain, dude. He had dementia and everything when he died. They said he would fish in his fucking swimming pool.
I did not know that. Holy shit.
Bro, okay, look. Here's a good movie. I can't remember what it's on. Capone. It's called Capone. And it is Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Tom Hardy plays Al Capone. I love Tom Hardy. He's the fucking actor.
Oh, okay. I'm going to look it up then. Shall I look it up tonight?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. Huh?
I'll look it up tonight. Shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Capone. Tom Hardy plays Al Capone, and it shows like whatever and shit. It's like the last days of his life and shit.
No shit.
And he's got like dementia and all this shit, and it's a good fucking movie.
I'm gonna look that up. That's great.
I love gangsters and shit like that. Like
me too.
I'm a history buff, and
me too.
I would buy books on the gangsters of like the Roaring '20s.
Yes, dude. Oh my god, yes.
Whatever and shit, or I would read the biography thingies of it'd be a book of all like the gangsters, like Meyer Lansky, fucking Al Capone, the whatever fucking what is the other one, Gotti, and all the crime families and the leaders and this and that, and it was like a biography on them and shit like that. Like,
what?
I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, they brought it to me as whatever. They didn't know that I was into that shit, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And they laughing like, "Oh, you like to read?" I was like, "You dumbass."
Fuck you, asshole.
And dude, I burned through that book in like a week.
No shit.
It was a good book, and it just went off the. It talked about like the Italian crime families, the Chicago crime families, the leaders, you know, Bugsy Siegel, fucking, well, I can't remember their names right now, dude. But yeah, it broke everything down, dude. Like Vegas, the whole Vegas crime, and that the whole rise in that, and the fucking the mob influence, and yeah, it was a good book, but yeah, I like reading shit like that, and I'm really into like that gangster stuff. But
okay,
we were talking about syphilis and Al Capone.
But yeah, no, that's all I want to say about that. I mean, like I said, I mean, don't listen to these commercials. You know, just trying to make everybody into hypochondriacs. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying to not practice safe sex. That's not the reason I brought that up. I'm just saying that like AIDS was like never a concern.
Raw dog.
Like AIDS was never my concern, man. If you really want to practice safe sex, just talk to your fucking partner and just ask him. Hey, by the way, I mean, yeah, just talk to each other, man. Hey, by the way, I'm not asking how many people you slept with, but I do want to know: were you guys careful? Or did you all like I mean, you don't know. You know, I mean, it's simple shit like that, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't care who you fuck.
We live.
I just don't want that you brought a little bit of that.
Yeah, we live in 2026. Okay, in the 80s, you were seen as a fucking slut if you slept with more than 3 guys. In the 90s, it was 50-50. The 2000s, you were a prude if you had not slept with more than 5 guys. Now, everybody talks about their sexual experiences. You know what, dude? On a first date, when you fucking meet somebody at a bar, if you're thinking about going home with them, ask them, hey, by the way, listen, do you normally have sex without a condom? Because I have some in my pocket. But I just want to make sure. If you're cool without it, I'm good. But I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. Not saying deliver that way, obviously.
It's like whether I gotta use it or whether or not, we're fucking.
Mm-hmm. I'm good either way. Just want to know.
I just want to know your preference. You know, it's like, you like scrambled eggs or do you like
over easy? There you go. Fucking egg. Anyways, okay, we're running out of time here. We're gonna go wrap it up with that. But
it doesn't matter. We're having eggs in the morning, bitch.
That's right. But either way, okay, we go wrap up on that note. But that was awesome. But anyways, we're gonna go to proceed what I would like to call our final thoughts. A la Jerry Springer, may he rest in peace. Inspired by him. For anyone that's not familiar, if you're in a younger demographic, Jerry Springer show, amazing show, got a lot of poor people rich by basically just exploiting them. Which, you know, again, just look it up, YouTube that shit. It's fucking hilarious. We'll check it out. But the main thing about it though is that regardless of how stupid the show was and the content, he always had these profound messages at the end of the show that addressed real life situations about the people that were involved in the show. And after I got older, I really appreciated those messages. You know, I was like, you know what, dude, like, I mean, Jerry was an entertainer, but like, I mean, he knew what the fuck he was talking about, man. Like, he was a smart man. You know, I appreciated it. I respected him.
Yeah.
So that being said, this is what we call our final thoughts. This is Joey's final thoughts. So Joey, feel free to proceed.
Okay. Well, this is Joey's final thought, a la Jerry Springer. Well, like I always say, and the way I always start is, you know, be good, be grateful, and, you know, look out for each other, take care of each other, because you know what? When you ain't got nobody, it sucks. When you fucking, it sucks when you have to deal with hard times or bad health or anything by yourself, you know, even if you just have somebody sitting next to you, you know, just having someone present, it helps, you know, just take care of each other and be good for each other and, you know, be considerate and all the shit that I've always said before and stuff like that. But, you know, you just don't take things for granted, you know, take care of yourself, you know, because like I said last week, you can't take care of anybody if you can't take care of yourself, you know, you can't fucking, yeah. But I'm sorry, I had a little flashback.
You good?
But yeah, like I said, fucking take care of yourself. I said that last week already, but fuck, I'm buzzing too. But yeah, but like I said too, like, you know, just do you, do what you got to do to take care of yourself, you know, and you know, if you can help people, you know, it could be time, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be money. It could just be a couple of words that you exchange with somebody, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your time, you know, or even holding the door for someone. Be a little more generous, you know, be a little considerate, you know, and yeah, just take care of each other, and you know, just be honest with everybody, you know, and you know, sometimes it feels bad, you know, they say it's easier to say I'm sorry than it is to ask permission, but you know, if there's that communication and transparency and shit like that, you know, you might not have to worry about that. It's just, hey, you know what, this is what I'm doing. It's like, all right. And because with that you build trust, and with the trust, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. It's like, you know what, go do what you got to do because I trust you, you know. And without that transparency, like, you know, you lose everything, you know. You just, communication is the key, and I keep telling that to everybody. Like, you just got to communicate, you know. If you would have told me, I wouldn't have gotten mad, you know. Just let me know what's going on, you know. I would have let you take it, you know, and shit like that. So yeah, but yeah, just be honest, be yourself, take care of each other. You know, we're not here for a long time, you know, but let's have a good time. Okay. And, you know, fuck all the shit that's going on. You know, we just together, united, we stand, divided, we fall. And that's just the way we got to think. And, you know, we got to work as a unit because, you know, we can't do this shit by ourselves. No matter how tough or how bad or whatever, you know what, you can be independent and this and that, but eventually you're going to need somebody, you know, and hopefully you're not an asshole and you actually have someone to take care of you. But with that being said, I'm fucking done. That's Joey's final thought.
Well, I'm not gonna add anything to that because Joey did that very very eloquently. So the only thing I'm gonna do is add my final thought. This Max Barr's final thought. The only thing I want to add to what Joey said, again, apart from what he said, I'm not gonna to say repeat what he said. No, that was great. No, I'm not gonna repeat that. All I want to add to my final thought is just very simple. If I had this conversation with my friend Alex, aka Pretty Boy, that was his nickname back in the day when we were a crew. And it's funny, I hadn't seen this guy in over 10 years, and goddamn, he's still a fucking pretty boy, dude. He's 44. He still looks fucking beautiful. God, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to ask, hey man, what's your workout regimen? Because Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry. Sorry for our time. Sorry for our time. I'll bring that up later. But because I think he's gonna check out the podcast. I told him about it. But one point we're hanging out and we're at a bar, we're talking, and I was talking about, you know, the relationship I have with my daughter. I'm not gonna get details of that right now because that'll drag out. But at one point I said, you know, one thing I told her is that, you know, whenever you're in a spot when you feel like, you know, you have no one to talk to, you know, come talk to me or anybody for that matter. Just talk to anybody you know that you can just talk to and just open up to. Everybody has at least one person they can do that with. And that's that's my final thought. It's just a little bit of a tip to anybody out there. I know that, you know, every day it's a toss up. You know, you wake up, who knows what the fuck is gonna happen? You might have a good day, you might have a bad day. If you wake up, it's a good day already. You made it. You wake up. Make it to the end of the day, that's a great day because you made it to the end of the fucking day. Let's see if you wake up tomorrow. We'll go from there. But the moment you wake up, you never know what's gonna happen. But for whatever reason, you know, you're having a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad life. If every day just sucks all the fucking time, understand this. Not the cliche, oh, somebody's got it worse. Understand this, that like there are people that got it worse. There are people that have it just as bad. There are other people that have had it just as bad, and maybe now they're doing a lot better. But in any situation, a handful of those people from every group, there's at least one of those motherfuckers that's willing to listen to you when you're having one of those days when you say, hey, you got a second? Can I just talk to you real quick? They're like, yeah, what's going on? Now, again, test the waters. But you'd be surprised how much that person appreciates you doing that. Because it takes a lot of bravery, a lot of courage to pull somebody aside. Hey, you know what? Can I talk to you really quick? A friend of mine, last thing I want to say, you know, a couple of years ago, she hit me up and her younger brother was, you know, having a moment and it doesn't matter. But she said, "Hey, I mentioned that that you were a counselor for a while. I just want to know if I could ask you for some advice from him." I said, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" And she broke it down, and then his response from him made me feel really good. And I told her, "Hey, by the way, relay the message to him. Hey, by the way, let him know that took a lot of courage to say, hey, I got some questions, and I don't know who to talk to, and you're a stranger, so you can't judge me." That's another piece of advice. If you got no one else, go to a bar. Go to a bar, have a few drinks, go to a bar you've never been to. Talk to the bartender. That's their job. A lot cheaper than a psychiatrist or a psychologist, guaranteed. Talk to them about everything and anything. They'll listen to you. It's their job. And most of them, I've heard so many stories. They actually give you really great advice. I always did. That's all I'm saying, folks. If you're having a rough time, talk to somebody, anybody. Don't be another statistic. And also, last thing, if you hear somebody else out, pay attention. You see somebody in dire needs, or maybe you can tell somebody needs some help. Ask, hey, by the way, how are you doing? You doing all right? Hey, I noticed this happened to you last week, or hey, I noticed you were kind of down last week. You want to talk to somebody about it? Make a friend. You never know. The most unlikely friends become the people that you end up loving the most. Trust me, I am fucking a living testimonial. Joey fucking knows. Shit, he's got stories like me too. But anyways, that's all I want to say about that. That was Max Parr's Fat Thought. I have nothing else to add to this, but last thing I want to say to shut it down. Thank you for listening real quickly. Also, again, one more honorable mention to our truck drivers out there. Please be safe on the road. And to anybody that is a new listener, please check out our other podcasts, Dope for the Queer, My Good for Liz, and Banana Stickers. Anybody who wants to be a guest on any of the shows, feel free to hit me up. Hit me up on Facebook, look up Loki Odinson. You can fucking just comment here below. The website is not up yet. I mentioned during the dead air, the website will soon be up. If anybody is up and coming, starting a business, or you already have like a small website, comment your link. Come talk to me personally, and we'll put it on there. Grandfather yourself in. You get on board now. You won't pay for the shit when we become popular. Because later on, we're gonna start charging fees. But all that aside, just in time to wrap this up. This has been Don't Be So Sensitive with Joey Max Power. I'm Max Power here with my co-host.
Joey, motherfuckers.
Always safe out there. But more importantly, be fucking grateful.